dope boys with them now. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Down 8 gram, headed straight to the block. Pirates this water while till it's hot. Mix it double up, turn a little to a lot. Right hand on the cell phone, taking orders. Left hand 360 motor to a lot. Blue holler tips, got switches on the dot. State gang, true stickers can't be stopped. Laughing at you haters while I'm thumbing through the paper. Says long live to the bottom, won't you meet me at the top? The nigga ain't shit, yeah, get that a lot. Won't be deterred and I won't be stopped. Shaq Diesel number one, I post up on the block. 24/7 cause the hustle don't stop. 31 flavor, take an order like a waiter. I be selling more gas than a local truck stop. 1200 strong for a pound to the top. Got me shining, I'm a star. Ask about me, I am legend. They gon' tell you who we are. Fuck these niggas, fuck these bitches. Get money, all I know. No love for these bitches. Never saving these hoes. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not.
When I'm thinking about the past, yeah, gon' get some knots, gang, we at the spot. If we ever was short, then it's back to the block, you probably get shot. Every day the sudden change, we getting money, that's one thing that's never gon' stop. Real dope boys do what it takes, playing high stakes, living to die. Do your time, keep it quiet, no matter who you are, don't get what you got. Stack it up, that's the bond to stay fresh. Oh, they think that you're not. Take a roll with a hoe, they gon' let you go. Somebody's gonna say you ain't hot. Just invest in yourself, don't worry about nobody else, there ain't no handout. If you say the same, put it on the chain, let them see you ain't tied down. Got a couple rings, did a lot of things, ain't really gon' talk about it. Give me a trade, get you go, she gon' show up and show out. So don't ask me what a dope at, cause you already your ground.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. So I was scrolling YouTube as I normally do. Umar has been a hot topic. There's a whole bunch of shit going on with Umar. He is supposed to be going on the Breakfast Club according to Charlemagne. And we know that because somebody called in to give Charlemagne and Umar Johnson the donkey of the day because they was trying to say Charlemagne didn't address the stuff going on with the school. And Charlemagne was like, I did on my Brilliant Idiots podcast. Charlemagne still 10 toes down with him. He was like, I don't think Umar is scamming. I just think Umar doesn't know how to handle business and he ain't got enough money to open this school. So he riding with him, but he said he bringing them back to, It's just a whole bunch of shit going on. So then I look around and I see this video, and it was funny as shit to me. I told the lady I shared it. Gonna restream this, but this is funny as shit. She went to FDMG and she put together a little funny compilation of things going on. All right, without further ado, let's listen to what's going on. She got a whole bunch of Umar clips that's just funny as hell. This was well thought out and put together, in my opinion.
What's good, y'all? Welcome to FDMG Academy, a school where your kids can learn, grow, but most importantly, learn about their culture. This school was made. I tried it. Let me stop playing. Let's get into the video, y'all.
Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, parents and youth, and elders, our ancestors are happy today.
What it do,
They
man?
rejoice in heaven.
Boy, Umar done had
because we
that.
can now
This is
begin
the
the
best and
process
worst
of
month of this nigga's
psychological
life.
reconstruction,
Hey, E. Brooks.
one African mind
This is the best,
at a
worst
time.
month of his life because
I've
it's
never asked the
publicity,
people
but
for a
it's
dollar.
the wrong kind of
I have never
publicity.
asked the people for a dollar in my life. I have never asked the people for a dollar in my life.
I'm gracious, but I'm not content because I know y'all got a lot more to give me than some $250,000. When Darren Wilson killed Michael Brown, white folks gave him $300,000 in 3 weeks for his defense. And Dr. Umar Johnson is trying to build a state-of-the-art school for black boys that y'all all know I need. And after 6 months, I only got $250,000.
Brothers and sisters, give me your grit money. Give me your weave money. Give me your perm money, your Jordan money, your Alizé money, your
He ain't never
40-ounce
asked the people
money.
for no money,
We need
though.
the money, brothers and sisters.
Never asked the
I
people
said, hit
for
that
no
cash
money.
app. Let me see who on the cash app. Where them donations at?
This shit
Where them
hilarious.
donations at? Hit the cash app.
Where them cash apps at, y'all? Ain't nobody came through yet. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Maybe something wrong with the cash app, because I know y'all gonna send me something. With a cash app. Okay, there we go. Sister Jenny, $21. Dang. Okay, thank you, Sister Jenny. That might have been your last dollar.
By the way, Sister Chantel
man.
want a $10 refund. You're not going to get it, Sister Chantel, because you.
Hey, man, my nigga is a pimp. My nigga said, hold up, you gave me $10, I ain't giving you shit back. What kind of... See, I think some people... See, I've been through all of this, so that's why I'm confused when people be like, are you defending Umar? No, just against the Lene shit. Just against the Lene shit. Other than that, I keep telling y'all, fuck Umar. He's a real nigga. He's a Philadelphia nigga. Y'all was the stupid motherfuckers who gave him y'all money and believed he was opening the school. Not me. I know a scammer when I see one. I can only recall one time I've been scammed in my goddamn life, and it was a group scam. Like all 5 of us got scammed. And after we did, we sat there and was like, we knew better. We ain't going through this shit no more. P.I. was part of the scam we got. Funny as shit, but now this nigga is a fool. That's what I'm saying. All these people crying and shit now. Man, look, this nigga been doing this. That's why I don't believe Lene when she says she looked this nigga up and couldn't find nothing negative on him. How? This shit been public for years. He been acting a goddamn fool.
Give white folks more money than you ever gave black boys. I'm not processing no $10 refund.
Credit card, go make a donation. I got to get this electric on in the high school. I know this is going to cost us at least $100,000 to get this electric done. It's going to cost us some money, brothers and sisters. Make sure you donate. How about you hit the cash app? They broke the windows, so we got to pay. Brothers and sisters. Thank you, Sister Avanti, $10 coming on the cash app. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister. Donations. 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 Gifts. 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 More gifts. More gifts. More gifts. Sister Tammy Gilmore, you want a $2 refund?
And y'all sent y'all money to a nigga who was sitting there spreading out donations like a young nigga. This nigga had checks and money orders spreading them just out like he was like stunned on the ground, and y'all kept sending him more money. Y'all stupid.
I'll be damned if I give you 8 quarters back. You don't even want to give 8 quarters to black boys? Damn that, sister. You're not getting no refund.
On August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a notice to auction off the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy campus for unpaid vacant property registration fees.
Program coming out for the ladies is called Lunch with the Doctor. It's called Lunch with the Doctor. You make a $500 donation to FDMG Academy, ladies.
Where did they get this video from? He must have posted this bitch and deleted it.
Restaurant of your choice.
What up, y'all? As you guys can tell by today's
I got her channel tag linked in the title, so y'all make sure y'all go over there, subscribe, leave a comment under this video or something. But how dumb does he have to think people are? That nigga says, send me $500 and you get a free date with me at the place of your choosing, but you paid $500. So how did he pay for it if you sent him $5? Now, I don't know if each person that sends $500 goes on a date, or if this is supposed to be a raffle where let's just say he get 100 women to send him $500 and then he pick a winner. But all the other 99 women that sent the $500 would just be assed out. But he still essentially, y'all paid for the fucking dinner yourself.
title as well as the intro, we are going to be talking about Dr. Umar Johnson. He has recently came under fire for asking his followers for over $40,000 to save his school that he has been collecting money for the past 10 years.
Correction, sister, that is they school. Correction, sister, that is they school. Correction, sister, that is they school. Because you notice when he talking shit, it's his school, but when he need help, it's our school. It's the people's school. We need to come up with the money. But when niggas like Lord Jamar offer help, I ain't doing it with my school. That ain't what I'm doing. Not we. So yeah, correction, sister. It's they school when he need money, not his.
Now, what's interesting about this topic is I've actually been preparing to do this video since December of 2023. As many of you guys know, I moved to South Jersey, hated it, came right back. But one very interesting fact is that I ended up living only 30 minutes away from Dr. Umar's school. I was told by locals and people that know him that the school was basically a sham. There was nothing done. He kept collecting money and literally there's nothing to show for it. Honestly, I had already been suspicious of Dr. Umar because his ideologies are a little too much. I feel like he just does too much. So I already had the idea that he was literally collecting this money and probably doing absolutely nothing with it. Genuinely wanted to see for myself. Me and some people actually pulled up and saw literally nothing.
And this is crazy. Have I lead up against this bullshit?
Like, Haitians co-sign this shit. We not co-signing this. And then look, the black children matter.
How?
Girl.
Clearly they don't, because this is fucking madness. Where's the fucking school?
Now, of course, we're going to get into the details a little later in this video, but of course, we got to get those disclaimers out there. This is going to be a critical video of Dr. Umar. If you are a super fan, a super idiot, or whatever the case may be that loves and follows this man, this video is not for you. It's not going to be something that you enjoy. So honestly, just click off. Also, I am a very emotional person, especially when it comes to scams and things like this. I can't stand a scammer, but most importantly, I can't stand a scammer that scams their own communities. So if I get emotional, if I start going off, it is what it is. If you see my videos before, you already know how I get down. Also, if you see my videos before and this is not your first time seeing me, you already know I hold a degree in broadcast journalism as well as public relations. Therefore, I chose to put on my journalism hat for this one. So we're going to stick to the facts.
Baby, I'm a YouTuber, okay? This is my full-time job. You already know I'm gonna put my opinion in it, but I'm gonna try to lead with the facts.
I'm not going to be discussing any of the rumors and gossip. However, feel free to do that down below. And while you're at it, please add some additional facts. Okay, facts
I don't know how this
to the
lady came on
situation
my
that we did not
timeline, but I'm
cover.
glad
preface
she
because I know
did.
there's going to be
I hadn't
comments
even
like, oh my
seen
God, you
this
should be so
much. I
happy that
just
someone
saw
loves
her
your
collection
country.
of
You
clips,
should be
and I
so
was like, this
happy
shit
that someone's
funny.
repping Haiti that hard. I am not going to be happy that a scammer is repping my country. Did I ask for anyone to rep Haiti? Did we ask for anyone to rep Haiti? I love Haiti enough. Haitians love Haiti enough. Just like all those other countries he's sitting here repping that he knows he is not from. I don't think any of them would be happy to know about his reputation, know about the fact that he has collected
My sis
hundreds,
got the
thousands,
bunny on.
possibly millions of dollars and has absolutely
Come on,
nothing to
broadcast
show for the school
journalist.
that he's been promising for the past decade. So please do not play in my face. Do not comment on my video with the whole, oh, well, what school did you build and how much did you donate? That is a nonprofit. Let's use our heads. Let's think critically. That is a nonprofit. Although, yes, they accept donations from people like you and me, they could have easily applied for grants. Why is it that he is so reliant on us giving him money when he could have easily operated like a normal nonprofit? Where's the board? Where's the website? Where's the enrollment site? Where's the job opportunities? This is a joke at this point. And for those of you guys that keep sitting here defending him, don't watch the video if you know it's going to be something that triggers you. Because I'm not the one. I'm not these influencers. I respond. And I got plenty of time.
Now, this is such
Oh
a
shit. She said
loaded
play with me if you
topic.
want
Like,
to.
literally, I have pages and pages worth of notes that I had
She
to revise
thirsty.
numerous times because it's a lot. Again, this man has been collecting donations for the past decade. So there is a lot to cover. Anything that I do not cover, as well as my sources and everything under the sun, is going to be linked down below. There are some amazing creators and amazing reporters out there that have been talking about Dr. Umar and his scams for quite some time. So this is literally not new news. Unfortunately, especially as I was gathering my sources and doing like little mini interviews with people, I realized that a lot of people were not aware of this school. And if they were, they thought that it was actually legitimate and one day it would open. I'm here to tell you, this school is not going to open. And if it does, it's going to be a shit show. And it's not going to last that long. And of course, like
It's
I
not
said,
gonna
we're
open.
going to get into all of that. So, of course,
It's not gonna open. This nigga is gonna need donations to get the floor tile. Next thing he gonna be saying is, I need donations for the ceiling tiles. I need donations for the light covers. I need donations for the desk. I need donations for the books. I need donations for the whiteboards. It's never going to end. And since he's lost a lot of support, the money is coming in slower. And he gonna point that out. Y'all ain't giving me nothing. But nobody ever asked, where is your own money? People would be willing to give you more if they see you investing your own money. If he could say, I just did these 10 podcasts and these 10 shows and everything I made, I'm about to put back in school. But yeah, with the publicity he got going on right now, the donations is rolling in slow. Hell, it was rolling in slow at one point. Y'all seen them videos where he was like, damn, ain't nobody gonna hit the cash app. I know y'all gonna send me some. This was 3-4 years ago when the donations was slowing up. Now with all the negative press, they damn near at a standstill.
right, before we get started, everything that you comment down below, I need you guys to either repeat it 3 times or post it 3 times because this man always speaks 3 times because we're dumb and we're slow. We don't understand what he's talking about. So 3 times, people, 3 times. Also,
3
I need you guys to
times.
keep in mind, right? Even though this video focuses on Dr. Umar and FDMG, there are other people that are part of this scam. This is not just him. He just happens to be the face of it. Therefore, we're talking about him. So who is Dr. Umar Johnson? So Dr. Umar Johnson was born Jermaine Shumaki. Shamak. He's not my kid, therefore I do not have to know how to say his name right. Just know his real name is Jermaine. Okay? He was born on August 21st, 1974 in North Philadelphia. He later adopted the name Umar Rashad Abdallah Johnson, also going by Umar Ifatande Johnson. He often styles himself out as Dr. Umar or Prince of Pan-Africanism. Now, one thing I genuinely didn't like about Dr. Umar was his extreme Pan-Africanism to the point where it's like he's cosplaying some sort of civil rights leader.
He's
And I say
racist.
cosplaying because I've never seen this man really do anything but flap his fucking gums on the internet. And this is somebody that's an influencer and does.
Thank you. This nigga don't show up for no black causes. He'll talk about it online, but he doesn't show up. He doesn't advocate. He doesn't unify people and have them come together for a common cause. He just, she right. That's why I said this is the most funniest, accurate thing I've seen on Umar this whole month. A lot of other people are just going out here and making up lies and speculating shit. She keeping it real. I fuck with this.
This whole time that flaps their gum on the internet.
I know some of us love our children, but some of our children are so far gone that we're going to have to put some of them to sleep in order to take back the neighborhood. Some of y'all don't want to hear.
My nigga said, we gonna have to kill some of these kids to take back the neighborhood, but he ain't gonna kill nobody though. He wants the people, the Goonie Goon squad, to do it. And he thought, he said, this is what I'm saying. This shit has been public since he been taking up money for these schools, and y'all niggas thought a nigga talking like this was actually gonna do something. This nigga, the same boys he trying to save, he said we're gonna have to kill them. They beyond saving.
Hear that because you don't live in reality. But I'm telling you, as a psychologist, I'm not going to be able to psychologize all of them on the corner.
So my son, 3 years old, what can guarantee his success in a racist America? Is that even possible?
It is. But I didn't think that was going to be your question because I don't think that's where you start. Because he's 3. At 3 years old, I want you to be inundating that young man's life with literature.
Literature?
Very little TV. Very little TV.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very little video game. Very little cell phone. Very little tablet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because philosophically, there's something called the language acquisition device.
And this is where I get to the point where the nigga is smart sometimes. He says some like there's no, he's actually telling the truth. And there's studies that show the earlier your kid read, the smarter they become, the more well-adjusted they are, so on and so forth. So yes, what he said was true as fuck right there. But he's still a scammer.
Right? Philosophically, that exists in the brain of a child. Your son's vocabulary is going to quadruple between age 3 and age 6 if you give him literature. You feel me?
Black people were learning just fine prior to 1954. They did not desegregate public schools so black children could get a better education. They desegregated black schools because they were concerned about the growth of black excellence. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never.
I have to disagree there. They desegregated schools because that's what black people wanted. White people were fine with separate schools. Black people wanted to be in those schools. So it wasn't they did that because they were scared of black excellence. Niggas pushed for this. Niggas.
I said black butter almond queens, black butter pecan queens, black warm peanut butter queens, black butterscotch queen, black fudge queen, black cinnamon queen, black sweet brown sugar queen, black pistachio, black walnut, black almond queens.
I think Tariq opened up a museum too.
Black women literally rally for this man because he talks like this. And it's so annoying. I'll be looking at comment sections every time I see one of these videos. It's like, oh my God, I love how he writes for us. Where's the school? Every time someone sends me something, okay, because they're always sharing his videos with me, I'm like, where's the school? This type of stuff does not impress me. This type of stuff literally only impresses people that have low self-esteem. I said what I said, I meant what I said, and I'll say it again. People that have low self-esteem and people who have literally never told them that they were beautiful. And unfortunately, this is the reality for a lot of women, especially black women. So you see somebody like this, you see them scamming, you see them not doing right, and you're not going to say anything because, oh, they love black women though. We need to heighten those standards because that's a problem.
I could say, like, literally, I've helped a lot of people here.
Ain't that the same thing Tommy been saying about this nigga? He's literally the same thing Tommy has been saying. He reaches out for low-hanging fruit. He could be a scammer all he want to, but because he says black queens forever, snow bunnies never, black women reach in their pocket to give him money.
on YouTube. I've donated to so many things. I've literally physically, personally helped a lot of my supporters. I interact with them. So I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying I'm like Harriet Tubman or whatever, but I never would, even if I was on that type of caliber, because you just do things to be a good person, right? You do things because you want to be that person to make a difference in this world. Everything that he does is extremely performative, from wearing the Haitian flag to wearing the Ghanaian flag to wearing the Nigerian flag to wearing all of these different flags and trying to preach to Black people that they need to go back to their roots. And it's just so super performative. And you could tell that this is not something he truly cares about. The entire thing is an entire cash grab, in my personal opinion.
Pan-Africanism is a political ideology that stands for the total global unification and organization of all African people, the destruction of white supremacy and alien control by any non-African over African civil.
So you stop white supremacy by starting Black supremacy? All right, cool.
Civilization, society, and culture. As Pan-Africanists, we believe that to identify with your African.
No, I've never met Umar. He came to Memphis. I thought about going, but then I was like, I got better shit to do. But now I've never met him. I don't need to meet him. For what? Have you met Umar? I don't know how meeting him would change my opinion on him. The nigga says some good shit. He says some dumb shit. And overall, he's a scammer. I don't need to meet him. That's not going to change.
Race family. To identify with your African race family is the most important thing you can do. Next time you go for a job application and they ask you if you have any credentials, yes, I have a BH, CN. And they're going to say, what is that? Some kind of a nurse or behavior specialist? No, I'm a bunny hopper and a coon. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I have met Umar when I was struggling in undergrad. Umar offered to help me more than anyone there. Would you like to come up and share your story? Unfortunately, I can't drop the link in the chat. You would have to go to my community wall. I don't know if you know how to do that or not. But if you don't, like if you're on your mobile device, you see where at the top it says MoneyBoy Trading. There's a little logo and it shows how many people watching. Click that logo and then swipe over to it says post. Give me a second. I will drop it on my community wall so that you could come up and share your story then, since you're telling us how great this man is. Give me a second. I'm gonna push play while I do that though. Well, actually, never mind. But yeah, again, he can be inspiring, but that doesn't change the fact that this nigga has been lying to Black people for 10 years. But I would love to know how he helped you. Did he help you financially, or did he just give you words of encouragement? What, baby?
Daddy, can I have your macaroni?
Some macaroni?
Yeah.
This early? This early? I don't know why Gmail ain't working. Give me a second. Let me send this link to myself. All right. Okay, let me get back to this video. What's going on, boss mentality?
Yes.
I think you should give yourself a lot more credit for getting your master's and all of that, especially if Umar ain't paid for no tuition and nothing. If all he gave you words of encouragement, he did what he was supposed to do in that time, but that still doesn't change. I've even said when I was going through my consciousness phase, when I was leaving religion, a lot of his shit said some shit that hit home for me. It still doesn't change the fact that this nigga been lying about opening his school for almost 10 years. That still doesn't change the fact this nigga ain't spent none of his own money on these fucking schools. He ain't spent shit. Hold on, let me put this link on my community wall for you if you want to come up.
Pan-Africanism.
If you don't, that's
He
fine
presents
too.
himself as a
I
psychologist,
give you the
motivational speaker,
opportunity
author,
since you
and of course, like I said, a
said
radical
he helped you out.
Pan-Africanist activist. He's not shy about these titles at all, which is pretty interesting. Now, many of you guys may know him for a lot of his political and Afrocentric type of ideologies. He advocates strongly for Afrocentric views combined with very conservative social stances. For example, as many of you guys know, he is openly opposed to interracial marriage, even referring to white girls as snow bunnies, which, listen, a lot of us find it hilarious and all, but like, it comes to a point where like it's 2025. Like, I'm very big on Black love. I'm very big on, you know, being with who you with, extend the culture, whatever. But at the same time, you love who you love. If you find yourself in love with a white boy, you in love with a white boy. Personally, I probably could.
All right, I've dropped the link on. And don't get it twisted. I'm one of those people where I call shit down the middle. So when he when this Lene chick came out talking about his mom and all that, I defended him in that aspect because she was wrong for that shit. But he was also wrong too for even coming out, acknowledging her, saying her pussy stinking all that because he was fucking her. But yeah, the link is on my community wall. Again, if you don't know how to do it, if you're on your mobile device, click that icon that's at the upper left-hand corner, and it'll take you to my home page. Swipe over till you see posts, and it'll be a link sitting right there for you to click and come up. Nobody wants to help me, but keep asking where the final product is. Hell no, she's a swirler. I need to take her to sleep. What the you doing too much? You doing today? You starting to sound as racist as Umar. Well, I don't give a fuck. That doesn't concern me who people sleep with. If they want to swirl, that's fine. That's what make us unique as a people. It is what it is.
To do it, right? But I'm not going to sit there and go off and shame other people for doing that. But that is something that a lot of people know him for. Additionally, he has openly opposed LGBTQ inclusion. And of course, all his messaging centers around Black unity, self-determination, and rejecting what he sees as negative influences on the Black community. Now, of course,
and I also see your comment where you say nobody wants to help but asking where the final product is. Welcome to life. Most successful people that started their own businesses, they didn't have no help. We definitely can be racist. Just I see. I'm not one of them stupid niggas that believe because that they say that the white people have the power structure. All white people don't have power. That shit is stupid. People in the trailer park ain't got no goddamn power. Yes, we can be racist. This is the stupidest shit in the world. We can't be racist. Yes, you can. Just like you could be dumb. That like we could be anything that other people are. God's gift to weak women. Like, yeah, you doing a bit too much. I know you're not gonna hit the link by all this stupid shit that you typing in the chat. Like again, I like logical conversations. I don't like stupid ass shit. You at this point you starting to repeat Umar's rhetoric, which is fine if you want to, but you sound stupid. You talking about motherfuckers need to be taken to slave dungeons and what white men did to her grandmothers and all of that shit. You sound crazy, sir. You sound crazy. See that's racist actually saying you shouldn't, you should be, what the fuck? Do nothing, Negroes stand around and do nothing. Pan-Africans are the only one. How does Umar help? Umar sells you a product that ain't helping. Nigga, you refused to answer the question. You said you was in school struggling. Did this nigga give you some money or did he just give you words of wisdom? All this nigga does is talk. That's all you Pan-African niggas do is talk. What the fuck are y'all doing other than talking? Seriously, what are y'all doing other than talking? Pan-African, what has that gotten you? What has Pan-Africanism gotten you? You still in America using the white man shit. What Pan-African bank do you go to? What Pan-African social media site do you use? What Pan-African car do you drive? I'm just saying. What Pan-African city is there? You niggas just talk. I'm gonna start ignoring you now. If you don't hit the link, I'm gonna just ignore you. Type away. But I ain't saying nothing else to you unless you hit the link.
All of these stances have definitely positioned him in a way that have caused a lot of controversy, but most notably have brought him up to where we are today, and unfortunately has positioned him in a way to put him as one of the top scammers in the Black community.
I'm messing with a snow bunny. What should I do? You should go to hell. That's what you should do. Dr. Umar, how do I get laid by a snow bunny? We need a mental health hospital for raccoons like you. We need a mental health hospital. You're in love with a white woman. Congratulations. You have had your melanin snatched. Your melanin has been snatched, and you can go head over to the Ice Kingdom. We no longer need you.
Interracial parents are selfish. You selfish. Because you are God and you putting your seed in the devil. Or you are God and you letting the devil put his seed in you.
One way or the other.
And this child is going to grow up being split, right?
Yes.
With the DNA of the two most polarizing racial groups on the planet Earth. It ain't like an Asian, a Chinese married an Indian. It ain't like a Latino.
Right, man. I was probably pro-black for 2 weeks. I was pro-black for about 2 weeks in my conscious journey. Then I realized, well, if it's okay to be pro-black, why isn't it okay to be pro-white? Why isn't it okay to be pro-Mexican? And all of those things. If we can holler black power, what the fuck is wrong with people screaming white power? I mean, both sides have the same ideology. They don't want to mix and stuff, yet they call one side racist for having the same ideas that the other side has.
Oh, married a Native American. An African married a slave master. It's completely different. And so that child has to navigate this complex political world where I'm half black, half white. Black people don't trust me, and white people will never accept me. It's selfish.
If it ain't nappy, I ain't happy.
Okay, I know I said I wasn't responding. Well, if y'all is in Chicago doing the work, y'all doing a piss poor job, because them boys is still getting killed at an exponentially high rate. So y'all are doing a sucky ass job, or them kids ain't listening to y'all, probably because you niggas ain't broke. I mean, probably because you niggas is broke. That's why they're not listening to y'all. They don't want to hear what the fuck y'all talking about, because y'all ain't got nothing to give them other than talk. And if you want to say all white people have the power, that's you. But I'd be damned if I say a trailer park trash meth head got some power over me. But if you want to believe that, cool.
If I can't grab it, you can't have it. Bitter. I want all nappy, everything, all natural. I want organically African Australian queens from head to toe. When I go on the first date, I'm going to grab your hair as hard as I can to make sure it don't come off.
That's crazy.
And if it come off, I'm walking out the restaurant. Black power. We want black power, brothers and sisters.
Black men and women casually dating people from another race.
Absolutely no bunny hopping. Never let a black child get evaluated under the age of 7. Because the earlier the child is, the more likely we can get the diagnosis wrong, Baba. You feel me? Because when a child is young, they're still growing and learning. There's no psychologist in America that can tell you for certain that your 3-year-old is autistic. Now, autism is real, but autism is often misdiagnosed. Why? Because we get them evaluated too soon.
Exactly. So I just wanted to come on here with a small, short announcement. I just want to start this video off by saying I'm not trying to get clout. I literally just want to have a conversation with my father. My biological father is Dr. Umar. He has another daughter. I tried to contact him about
I guess we in the same
getting
boat
to know my
then.
sister on my
Do
dad's
Nothing
side.
Negroes
I
is in the
asked him
same
if he
boat
knows
as
her or if he has her
Pan-Africans,
number.
because
He ignored me
neither
and
one
never
of them are getting
responded.
results.
I'm 22 years old now. My dad has never been to anything important, no graduation, no birthday parties, nothing. He has not been in my life. Again, I'm not making this video to bash him. I'm making this video to state facts, okay? You can't get on Instagram.
And again, you have the opportunity to hit the link and explain to the people what you and your folks doing, but you typing in the chat and we just gotta believe what you say. You could be like, bro, here go my IG, go to this web page. I can show you what we're doing. You have it. You're just typing in the chat. You're just like Umar. But it's fine though. Again, thank you for the engagement. You was keeping the chat and shit rolling, and you helping this do nothing Negro get his getting his money. Hopefully you done watch one of these videos. And this, look how Ain't you talking about your own people? You're tearing down this what I'm saying. These Pan-African niggas are stupid. This nigga is he's dissing black people. So he talking about black people while saying what other black people do. You can't make this shit up. Do nothing Negroes. We better than the do nothing Negroes. You still in America though, sir. Take your black ass to Ghana. Take your ass to that shithole country and go to any one of them shithole countries in Africa. I bet you won't. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. You want to show a nigga how racist America is? Leave this motherfucker. I bet you won't, because you like the comfortable lifestyle that America affords you. You can't have dedicated your life to the improvement of people because you're sitting here talking about your people. You talk just like you saying people wrong for talking about Umar. You talking about niggas that don't like him, yet you think that's fixing something. America doesn't owe you shit. You weren't a slave, sir. America, if America owe you, that's what the stimulus was that Donald Trump gave you. Now, America doesn't owe me anything. America owe you. None of my folks were slaves. Why doesn't Africa owe you? Africa is the one, if you want to claim you're a descendant of slaves, Africa is the one that put your goddamn ancestors on the boat and sent them over here. When was there war? When was there war that white people raised in Africa and took niggas captive? When did this happen? Now, I have smoke for Umar sometimes. Sometimes Umar is right. When white people do shit wrong, I have smoke for them, but I've been in America for 42 years, and white people ain't done shit to me. In fact, white people have helped me. So I don't know the circumstances you came up under, but white folks ain't did shit to me. So I'm not going to be angry for some shit they did 200, 300, 400 years ago that I wasn't around for. Niggas have evolved since then. Y'all are still living in the past when it's a whole bunch of million and billionaires in this racist ass country just black. What it do, Andre? What it do? The link is on my community post if you want to come in. We got a Umar stunt supporter. They didn't, bruh. That's how the world was back then. Niggas conquered each other. That's just what it is. The strong survive. Nigga, ain't white people trying to take Ukraine and Russia is a bunch of white people trying to take each other land. Shut the fuck up. That's how the world was, but we gonna ignore that. We gonna ignore that every civilization raided other ones and took it and changed it into theirs. But fuck it. No, I have smoke for white people that actually do something to me. If a white person in 2025 personally does something to me, I have smoke for them. But I do not have smoke for them for the way that the world was. We was the losers, nigga. And again, it wasn't that a war was waged in Africa and white people conquered everybody and took them as slaves. Niggas traded other niggas for tobacco and alcohol. They ain't even get no fucking guns for tobacco and alcohol. And guess what? Guess what the problem is in America? Niggas is full of weed, liquor, and all types of other shit. Don't care if you there are no house niggas. Slavery doesn't exist anymore. There are no field niggas and there are no house niggas. But you're saying you a field nigga. This shit is crazy. This nigga's a field nigga. He's saying he a field nigga. Does it make you better? Oh, the 12th president of this country. Sir, you need some therapy. You need some therapy, sir. You do. You should go sit on somebody's couch. I can't help you.
Instagram and get on social media and portray to be an activist and talk about how black kings need to be with black women,
This
but you're
nigga
not
typing
even
his.
in
Let me
your
ignore
black
him.
woman's daughter's life. It doesn't make sense. You're being a hypocrite.
But
and it's frustrating.
But before I start ignoring you, let me go and trigger you right quick. Sir, fuck you and your slave ass family. Them niggas should have fought. They should have been some of the ones that jumped off the boat and said, I would rather die than be slaves. I can't be mad that your folks was weak. Your folks was weak. It was plenty of folk that said, fuck this shit. Niggas ran away, all this shit. Your folks chose to be slaves. I'm just saying. They chose to. So I'm not sorry for you or your slave descendant history. Sir, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't care. I don't care. You can type all that bullshit in there that you've heard. I don't care. It don't affect me. That's your bloodline. Oh, there was a choice. The choice was die or be a slave. Nigga, that's the choice. It's two choices. Just like if you believe in God, there's two choices. Live righteously and go to heaven, or sin and go to hell. But there's a choice. You may not like the choices, but yeah, it was a whole bunch. So the people that chose to die and said, I would rather die than be a slave, they ain't had no choice. Come on, G. I'm done talking to this nigga. I'm done. Back to the show.
Because I reached out to you. I reached out to you.
This is too easy.
I shouldn't have had to do that. I'm your daughter. But I'm smart enough and logical enough to know that you would never reach out to me.
What's going on, Body Cam
432? I'm pretty
432?
sure you wouldn't try to reach out to me because for what? I don't want anything out of you. I want nothing but a conversation. Forget the relationship. I really don't care too much about that at this point. I just wanted a conversation out of you, and you shut me down. You ignored me.
This nigga got all the information, and nobody else has the information. Just
Baby
him.
Smurf, get your interview money. You ain't
Or
got much
her.
to tell because you don't know shit, but so be it. I understand that you have been drafted into the Rainbow Army. I don't agree with that at all, but I love you as my child. It will not affect our relationship, but do not ever ask me to co-sign or support something that I am vehemently against. I will not walk you down the aisle if you're marrying a woman. Let me say that one more time. I will not walk you down the aisle if you're marrying a woman, nor will your wife be allowed in my house.
I said, I didn't really want to bring like personal and all that into this, but this is extremely important because you have someone that sits there talking about some snow bunny never, black women forever, but you have 2 kids out of wedlock by women that you didn't marry.
I keep saying I'm gonna ignore this nigga, sir. I don't understand why you and dumb niggas would want to visit a place that y'all call so traumatic and fucked up on black people. And y'all claim y'all believe in energy and all of it, yet y'all want to soak that energy into y'all spirit and all of that stuff, even though y'all said it was so bad. Don't need to see the slave dungeons that you're talking about were crafted by niggas, you idiot. It was Africans that made the slave dungeons, you stupid son of a bitch. Do I have to say it again? There was no wars fought on Africa where white men came in and enslaved black people. It was niggas who sold niggas to the Americans. I don't need to see them. You need to see them, nigga. That shit's important to you, not me. It's important to you. Everything ain't it. Whatever. I'm glad you saw it. How did it change your life? All you doing is crying. You've seen it, and now you just crying some more. Man, I seen the dungeons. My grandma and there was there. Your grandparents were weak, sir. They were weak. They was weak ass niggas. If they had been about some, they wouldn't have been captive in Africa, nigga. They was on the losing side. Whatever African tribe they was in, they was on the losing side. Your ancestry is nothing but losers, sir. Take that up with your loser granddad and grandmama. Why are you arguing with me?
That is so problematic. And it goes into all of this. Like, you got to really be careful who y'all support.
So Umar Johnson actually grew up in Philly and attended local public schools. He went to Tanner G. Doctorate and George Meade elementary schools. Then it used to be called Dimner Beaver.
No, sir. My ancestry has a French and French and English like background. Yeah, so my folks wasn't in slavery. I got like a French, and then it's a French name, but it's traced back over there to England. So yeah, no, that ain't us. I'm sorry. I hate that you niggas think that everybody that's black came from slavery. I'm sorry. I guess my folks was like, fuck it, we'd rather die or something, or we just gonna leave. I don't know. Maybe my folks was the ones that helped sell niggas into slavery and shit. I don't know, but my folks ain't from there, sir. I'm glad you know my ancestry to be able to tell me that. And that's the problem with you Pan-Africans. Y'all want everybody to be a victim like you niggas. I'm straight.
Or junior high school. He graduated junior high school in 1988.
America owe us, yet y'all ain't doing nothing to make America give y'all what they owe other than talking about it. You niggas ain't wrote no legislation. You niggas ain't marching. Y'all ain't doing shit but talking online. Nigga, I got 7,000 subs in this bitch, and you think you reaching the masses, you stupid son of a bitch. Maybe at the most, maybe 2,000 people gonna see this video. What I'm doing is I'm living my life and I'm raising my kids. My dream is not to open a school. My dream ain't to help niggas. That's what you and Umar said y'all doing. But I do my part by raising my kids. I'm not complaining about any of this shit. All the shit that you're listing, I'm not complaining about. That's what you niggas is doing. I'm not here for just blacks, because I understand it's more than just black people who spend goddamn money. And when you just do all black, you're alienating like 95% of your profit. But that's fine. Do what you do. You a do nothing ass Negro. You won't even hit the link. You typing all that shit in the chat, but you ain't hitting the link. You just talking. Your mammy a do nothing Negro. You the one that just said your family was enslaved. Nigga, y'all some losers. What your family do? Nigga, matter of fact, you claim Umar was the only one that helped you. None of them slave descendants could help you when you was going through shit. You stupid son of a bitch. Where your family at? See, again, I'm the wrong nigga to troll, sir. You can type, I can talk. And then if I want to, I could just kick you the fuck up out of here, because I'm God over in this bitch. And there's nothing you could do to get it back. If I block you, you can't come back unless you make another account. Sir, I just got to take your word for it. I got to take your word for it. That's what I got to do. I got to take your word for it. We don't know what you've done.
For high school, he enrolled at the Scotland Schools for Veterans Children's in
How
Pennsylvania.
much you give
There, he
Umar
received
on
his
this
diploma
school
on
with
June
your
6,
dumb ass?
1992. In terms of college, he was an undergraduate at...
How much money have you given Umar for this school with your dumb ass? Nigga, instead of talking to me, how about you get your Pan-African team that you doing to go up there to Philadelphia, to Delaware, and get the motherfucking school open? How about you do that? Since the nigga helped you so much, why don't you and your team go up there and help him? Oh, that's right. Won't do that. Won't do that. Oh, okay.
Millersville University of Pennsylvania, and he majored in psychology as well as political science. He later attended Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine.
What am I mad? You know what, man? Block this nigga. But I need receipts for what? You the one. I just told you I ain't doing shit for niggas other than raising my kids, trying to make them productive members of society. That's it. I ain't got nothing else for niggas. It's my job to save niggas. That's yours. But bye-bye, though. I'm tired of you typing. You interrupting my goddamn show. Good day, you little bitch.
PCOM for short, where he obtained his Doctor of Psychology. Maybe. I say maybe because there's so many conflicting reports about this, right? So when it comes to PCOM, anyone that has done their doctorate, for the most part, about 99% of them have their dissertations available online. No one can find Dr. Umar's, from what I understand. But I've also seen people and reports of people covering what he wrote for his dissertation. Listen, do with that what you will. I'm going to link the references down below. There's also a lot of people who have said there's no proof of him really graduating.
Okay.
So, you know, it's more of a believe it when you see it type of thing.
Okay, we're going to let you stew on your answers for 30 minutes. He ain't even block you. He just timed you out for 30 minutes. So, yeah, come back. But no, I come to Chicago to the trenches for what, sir? That's your dream and your goal, nigga. Why do you feel like everybody got to be involved in the bullshit that you do? And then I asked the specific question, it just didn't get answered. Since you got motherfuckers giving you 70,000 for your causes, why don't you take that and go help Umar open his motherfucking school, since you said he helped you when nobody else will? You do nothing ass Negro.
Of agencies such as The Source that has done a comprehensive breakdown on Dr. Umar, and there really isn't any real proof of him actually being a doctor. Added to that, there's been controversy of him getting in trouble and getting his psychology license revoked. So my thing is, if there's controversy for that, he has to have a doctorate in something. But what a lot of people don't understand is a doctorate in psychology doesn't necessarily mean you could practice psychology. Hence why he more than likely got in trouble for that.
In the court. Pennsylvania State Board of Education charged me with presenting myself as a licensed psychologist without a license, right?
Well, he said it himself. He was practicing psychology without a license. Andre, if you on your mobile device, hit the my icon at the upper left hand side of the screen, and it'll take you to my home page, and slide over to where it says post. It's on my community wall. Well, I might be able to email it to you. Hold on. You've emailed me before, haven't you? Hold on. Give me a second. This nigga then came back for man. You know what, man? I can't. Man, this is some persistence. This nigga is acting like the black bitch that raised him. He just won't go away. He won't work. He won't wait for 30 minutes. You know what, man? Just because of his determination, let the nigga rock out. I know how to ignore niggas. And matter of fact, I'm finna just take my screen off to where I can't even see the comments. So I ain't finna be worried about this nigga. This nigga, instead of hitting the link, this nigga switched accounts and came back instead of coming up here to have this conversation. This nigga is a coward, but let the coward rock out because apparently he wants to ride Umar dick. And I hate saying it, but that's all this is. I came up here and literally said, I defended Umar against Lene because she was wrong in this situation. But on this other shit where I'm talking about him being a scammer, that's what the fuck it is. You talking about everything else except for this nigga being a scammer. Hold on, Andre. I'm finna send you the link. If you can't find it, I'm finna send it to you. This nigga is determined to troll though. Man, maybe he trying to get you to turn into a Pan-Africanist, man.
Yeah. I've never claimed to be a licensed psychologist because I never pursued the license.
Right.
In other words, I'm not somebody who took the test and failed it.
Right.
I never went for it because I'm a certified school psychologist.
Okay.
Right. You have school psychology, which is the special ed umbrella. Okay. And then you got clinical psychology, which is everything else, your mental illness. Right. My doctorate is clinical. Okay. But I'm certified in school. And so because I'm both sides. And with the amount of work that I have as a certified school psychologist, there's really no need for me to get a license. What am I going to do with it? Right.
But that's neither here or there. We're not here to talk about his credentials because at the end of the day, he's a scammer. It doesn't matter if he's a doctor or not. So a lot of people actually found Umar Johnson through Tariq Nasheed's documentary called Hidden Colors. This was released in 2011, and the name of the film was The Untold History of People of Aboriginal, Moor, and African Descent. There, he appeared as a commentator.
I hate the Vertical app. Don't let you click on links.
Afrocentric historical themes. This gave him exposure to a national audience interested in Black history and empowerment. In 2013, he self-published a book, and that also really helped him get out there. It was called Psychoacademic Hollow.
Man, you want the link so you could talk about this nigga too? Well, I said I was only gonna stay on here for 2 hours, but this nigga that threw me off. Yeah, notice, sir. I actually mean it this time when I'm saying I'm not responding to you no more. I'm done. I have a lot of self-discipline. Damn, man, I don't even know which fucking. I sent it to Mad Militant News. I'm about to make your macaroni right now.
The special education and ADHD wars against Black boys. The book argues that Black children, particularly boys, are overdiagnosed with ADHD and funneled into special education as form of systematic racism. This niche but resonant message that the education system mislabels Black youth helps solidify his reputation as an outspoken school psychologist and advocate. Now, let me just say, right, when it comes to this, I actually agree with this. And that's what you're going to notice with Dr. Umar in general. If you go down to the links in my description, you watch the rest of this video.
I'm still ignoring this nigga, but I just want to point out this nigga has been in the chat touting what they do in Chicago instead of coming up here and verbalizing it. Maybe if he actually got up here and said something, then he could get more help. But niggas are too stupid to even promote themselves and their causes. Talking about it in the chat, but won't come up here and say it. Niggas are stupid. They don't know how to embrace opportunities when they're in front of them. Like what you saying, what I'm doing, I'm giving you a platform to type and talk your shit. That's how I'm helping niggas, because I don't know you. I offered you to come up here and discuss how Umar helped you and what shit you got going on. But no, niggas just want to talk in the chat because they're stupid and they don't know how to promote themselves. But I guess they got shit. It's the white man's fault. Niggas don't know how to promote themselves. Niggas is asking for help, but won't come promote themselves. This shit is stupid. What's going on, Andre? You feel like pontificating for about 3 minutes while I make my baby.
What's going on? What's going on, Trey?
Nothing much. I saw this lady's video this morning and I was thoroughly entertained by the first 3 minutes. So I told her I was going to react to it.
Hey, yeah, hey, I watched it this morning too. I started watching it last night, then got on the phone with the old lady, and then I think I ended up finishing at about 1:30. Yeah, yeah, she had my ass rolling. She really had me rolling. But I mean, you say you want me to opine for about 3 minutes?
Yeah, what do you think about some of the stuff that I don't even know whatever they was TJ something in the chat and they got timed out for 30 minutes and then they came back as Kwame Raoul X or some bullshit. You care to comment on any of the things they've been saying in the chat?
I mean, me and you gonna disagree on some things as to what they were saying. I mean, I'm of the idea that some of the tribes did sell our people into slavery. And some of us were snatched by the Europeans. So I don't believe that all of us were sold, but I mean, it's basically like splitting hairs right about now. The Europeans saw an opportunity. The African tribes that had waged war against other tribes and took them as slaves or indentured service, or however you want to say. Like I said, took them, had our ancestors as their slaves, and then saw an opportunity for rum, sugar, spices, other bullshit. And then
No guns though. Guns. I can see doing it for guns. That's a way to defend yourself. These niggas want to get high.
Let's be honest. Now, me and you may disagree on this thing. I believe in fighting for what you want, but let's be honest. In the United States of America, you got these folks like Umar, Michi X, and other individuals who ain't coming to mind right now, who take this mentality of we want to fight and we need to rise up and we need to go against the man and physically take what we want. It's hard to bring guns to a missile and bomb fight. If we decide, take for instance January 6th. If January 6th would have been black folks, it would have been bloods and brains and guts all over that damn lawn. As soon as we would have waged war and tried to do some shit like that, just like Trump, he don't give a damn about putting the military on the streets. It wouldn't have been no stalling to release the National Guard. They would have just laid waste to every brown body out there.
I'm talking about. I was talking about during the time where the slaves were traded.
No,
for,
I understand.
I understand. They didn't get weapons to protect themselves.
No, they did. They did.
That was a new thing too. They were still using spears and shit. That's why I'm saying there was no war where white people actually came over there and captured, because the nigga would have lost because they had guns. While niggas had spears and blow darts and bow and arrows and shit.
No, they never waged war. What they did was they stumbled across Africa and they saw an opportunity to make a deal, and then they came back and they started snatching people also. So while they was making deals with tribes, when they ran out of the slaves that some of the tribes could doggone sell to them, they decided, hey, we gonna take y'all, because guess what? Y'all the same color as them, and y'all ain't the color as us, so we gonna take y'all now. And it was like, oh shit. Like, yeah, what y'all got yourselves into, now y'all became a part of in the wrong way on the flip side. But as far as supporting Umar, nah, man, Now my issue that I have now, which I'm really fighting with, which is similar to what's going on with you, is now you got Lennon going so hard with this Lede chick and the whole surviving Umar situation, and seeming like a simp to the point where now I'm like, I'm I'm starting to feel like I'm sympathetic for Umar in a certain respect, and that shit is
That's what I
working my
said
nerves.
too. I had to say that every video. Like, I hate it sound like I'm defending this nigga, but this bitch here just ain't right.
Yeah,
It's been several other women that done came out talked about him. I ain't had nothing to say about their goddamn story.
no, because they came out, they said what they said, and they moved the fuck on. That's like one female that I'm cool with. I'm cool with off YouTube. She go by the name of Whole Southern Cook, and she came on. She said what she said, and she went on about her business. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how many times can you retell your story? Like, he done had her on there, what, 6 times? Did he have on there like last or the night before last? And it's like, how much more footage she got? Like, is she just remixing shit just to come up with new shit? Because now she up to about 24, 28 hours. After 28 hours, how much more you got to tell? How much more new shit you got to tell?
Yeah, the other day she claimed she was in contact with somebody who grew up with Umar and know the ins and outer workings of their life.
Oh, the family. Yeah, the anonymous family or neighbor individual.
Whoever the fuck it is, that we ain't gonna get no name because they got family and kids, but Lene and them got family and kids. And I still want to point out, Lene had a teenage son that's autistic running the world to fuck with this nigga. Nobody want to hear from her. She left her child for dead.
She left her son and sent her older son to his IEP meeting because she was in Delaware. That's some inconsiderate, neglectful, irresponsible ass shit. Period. And I know what some neglectful, irresponsible bullshit is because I raised my sons by myself. Full disclosure, I got both of my sons in my divorce situation in 2005. One was 10, one was 3. Where I am now, I had no biological family. I wasn't really close to a lot of people that could have my back. And her people are from here. And they said to themselves, don't worry about it. He went to court. He was awarded custody as a better parent. But what we're going to do is we're not going to give him any kind of physical support. All you do is get those kids every other weekend and continue to pay your child support. And what we going to do is we going to let him get to the point where he can't take care of those kids because he don't have a support system. And then he's going to end up giving you those kids because he's going to have no choice. I manned up, did what I was supposed to do, never gave in, never went to them, took care of both of my sons. During the course of, and my oldest one just turned 30 yesterday, 2 days ago. And my baby boy turned 23 in June. I didn't ask for no help from them. I went it alone. When it was all said and done, that chick is $65,000 in the hole. Now, mind you, my youngest son is 23. She is still $65,000 in the hole for back child support. So my thing is, I know, and she didn't get them every other weekend. Sometimes she even went a month.
Let me ask you a question. How many times was she locked up for not paying child support or had her license suspended or any other shit that happens to men?
Can you spell the word zero? Dude, she got a warrant. She went to court on like maybe the middle of October in 2008. That was the second time she went to court. First time she went to court, she paid it. The second time she went to court, it was the middle of October. She said she was gonna pay the money. She was probably like $1,500 behind. Them jokers told her, said, we give you 2 weeks. She said, okay. It was Halloween. I know that because it was Halloween. She was supposed to go there the 30th to pay, didn't pay. They issued a bench warrant on Halloween 2008. That bench warrant is still active to the day. They have stopped her. They have given her tickets. They have given her, speeding tickets, all kind of shit that she done had done. They register her car every year. She done read up her damn driver's license a couple times. They came and said they wanted to issue the bench warrant like 3 or 4 times, and now they just like, we'll catch up when we can. So over the last 17 years since she had that warrant, they have stopped her numerous times. She's even been in accidents, and they never took her into custody. And that's something I know because that's something she told me. So, it ain't it that if it was me, they would have had me behind the doggone jail cell, under the cell, had me out on the doggone chain gang and everything else. And when I got out, while during the time I was in there, the balance would have continued to go up. It wouldn't have stalled and waited till I got out to try to give me some kind of relief. No, it would have kept increasing, and it probably would have increased with an extra penalty attached to it for good measures, just so that they could doggone stick it to me. So yeah, here in South Carolina and maybe some of the other states, yeah, they tend to go more aggressively at the guys than they do the females. And I'm a true testimony to that. Can't nobody tell me no different. I lived it. I'm continuing to live it, even though my sons are grown. So I know the one day that they finally serve that doggone warrant, I'm gonna know, because that's when all her family gonna call me and tell me I need to drop it. I need to get rid of that balance. I need to get over myself, and I need to let that go.
You don't control that. That's the state.
Yeah, I understand that. No, I could actually drop the balance, but I can't drop the balance. I can't even stop them from but actually here's the county, but I can't even stop them from hitting her every week. She's still getting hit every week for $85 for both of my kids.
That's what I'm saying. They don't care what you say. The state said they getting their money. They don't give a fuck what you say. They say, okay, but we ain't gonna drop it.
Because when my oldest son turned 18 in 2013, I thought that I had to be proactive. I thought that it had to be a situation where I needed to tell them so they didn't continue to charge her and it come back on me. So when I went up there, it was like, well, first of all, it ain't your responsibility. And I was like, excuse me. And the lady got nasty with me. I was like, oh, whoa, wait a minute, lady.
You fucking with the church's money.
And she was like, what? She was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, nah, I need an explanation. I'm like, are you upset because I'm a dude that's getting child support? Or what? She was like, no, I didn't mean it to come out like that. I'm sorry. It's my bad. She said, I'm more disgusted at her than you. I said, why? Because she lost custody? She said, no, because she ain't taking care of her kids. She said, you kind of get into the mind state where these dads don't want to take care of them. But as a mom, I know how I feel. And it ain't about losing, because sometimes the father the better person for whatever reasons or whatever going on. And she said, but it disgusts me that she let this get out of control like this. And at that time, it was in the 30s, 40s, thousands at that point. And then next thing you know, I was like, okay, cool. She said, well, it ain't your responsibility. She said, and plus on top of that, she got this bench warrant. So I can't touch nothing even if I wanted to. I was like, okay, I left it alone. Went on about my business. I went there just to get the balance, like right around the time my youngest son was graduating. And they was like, okay, now are you planning on doing anything with this? I said, no, I'm just curious. And I was like, okay, because I was going to tell you, I can't adjust the balance. I can't forgive nothing. I can't stop nothing, because as long as this bench warrant here, we can't alter anything. The numbers just keep going up, and we would And once she gets arrested, the bench warrant clears off, then we're at liberty to either retro it back based on the dates that the kids graduated and turned 18 or whatever, and we'll make the determination. Do we want to forgive her for all that, or do we want to penalize her? And I started laughing, and she was like, what? I said, look, y'all get 5% every week off that balance. I mean, y'all get 5% of the payment amount every week. I can't see the county giving up that money. And she just was like, okay, you understand business. I'm like, all right, it is what it is. She said, you can forgive your 65, but the county ain't forgiving they 8-9 grand. She said she'll just be on a payment system for the rest of her life, if that's what they call for.
And if your kids went to college, you pay child support as long as they're in college too. So it could go up to day 21, 22.
That's if they get out on time. Because if they don't get out to 24, 25, then that just extended a few more years. But she got lucky because our youngest son, our oldest son didn't go to college, but our youngest son, he went for a year and a half. So he didn't go to full 4. So she got a break on that one. But she's still behind. She still ain't trying to rectify the situation. She still ain't trying to pay me nothing. Like, it's almost like our kids grown, it don't exist to her. Until that hammer either drops on her and make her realize, that's what I was saying before, that her peoples, they dog me now. Folks that don't know who my ex-in-laws were will run across them when individuals die, and then I may show up, or my son will show up, and then they'll be like, oh shoot, so these your peoples. And then as soon as my son leave or I leave, they're, oh man, Andre this, that, and the third, Andre this, and Andre something. And Andre's like, yeah, I am a mofo now. I'm a handful. I am definitely a handful. And I will tell people I am an asshole, and I embrace my assholeosity to the utmost. I understand that. But I also don't take no shit. And I know my in-laws are some bastards and some mofos. But I just know that for all that posturing and that big dogness that they try to claim, as soon as she get clipped up, that's when everybody gonna want to say, why you hold on to this? Won't you just let it go? I even had homeboys of mine, you ain't never getting that money. Okay, but right about now, it ain't even about that. I can't do nothing about it to begin with. The balance is what the balance is. And technically, what she owed, she don't owe to my kids. That's me now. I don't foot the bill for all of that. I done carried the weight for her, 15 years for one son and 8 years for the other one. So that's my money that she owed me. The time for her to pay to have it spent on the kids is past. Now it's personal. That's my money that is owed to me. Now you can say, and I'm talking about, talking about homeboys or whatever. When I say this, I'm like, you can say, I'll never see that money and I need to let it go. But if I owe you $65,000, would you let it go? It was like, I'm like, I'm just thinking. If I owed you 65, let me borrow 65, and I say, F you, I ain't gonna pay you back. How would you feel about that? That shut that whole discussion down. There was no need for them to continue going on after that. Point blank, period. Yep.
You go and you seek your own information, you're going to realize that a lot of things that he says actually truly resonates with you. You're going to be like, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, I agree with this. So it kind of blinds you to the fact that someone like this that advocates for the Black community, has a Haitian or some sort of African or Pan-African flag on, would be lying to you and trying to scam you. Because for Black people, we're used to seeing our people in different ways and not always advocating for us. There's not that many people in the public eye that advocate for Black people, whether we're talking about Black diaspora or we're talking about Black Americans, we're talking about Black British, whatever. You don't see many Black people model their platforms in a way to where they are speaking up for Black people. So when you see someone like Dr. Umar, like the Black boys need to be protected and, they're miscategorizing them as ADHD and it's unfair and da-da-da, you're not going to think anything nefarious. You're going to be like, oh my God, this Black brother, he got it going on. He said what he need to say, So it's very interesting because on one hand, yes, he's done a lot of information. I mean, he gives a lot of information, gives a lot of his chat. I'm trying to say something nice. Like, to be honest, when you actually look at it from the grand scheme of things, it's just a whole lot of nothing. Like, my cat could get on fucking camera and say a bunch of real shit and everybody would follow the damn cat.
I
So
always
it's
try to
like,
say something
honestly, a lot of it
nice.
is smoky mirrors.
Okay.
This is a young, fresh, growing brain.
Say what?
Literature, numbers. You should have
Hold on,
flashcards.
I said all of us be trying to say
all the
something
sizes,
nice
all the
about
shapes,
this
all the
nigga,
faces.
but the
I don't
bad
try to say nothing
outweighs
nice
the
about that
good.
nigga. It's just the fact that I got to say shit against folks who damn going at him so hard till they looking comical instead of just staying the course, doing what they're supposed to do. My thing with Lennon and KKC is they do so much revisionist stuff. They keep going back. And Lennon goes on this big filibuster every time, the same kind of filibuster that he go on for 35, 40 minutes at the beginning of all his, lives. Then it takes him 45 minutes to an hour to get into the actual video. And then a 20-minute video takes 4 hours because he just constantly stopping and talking and just doing a whole bunch of just I'm big nigga energy type bullshit till it's comical. And I'm like, and this folks be in the chat just like, nigga, play the video. Sometimes it ain't about you. Play the video, but then he go back and I'm gonna play this clip. And you see these clips and he keeps saying, it's for the new people in here. It's for the new people in here can go back and look at your old videos. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of the shit that we dealing with now. And KKC kind of the same way. He bring, he go back and look at the bills, but he'll play some of revisionist stuff constantly too. So it get to the point where, like I said, I don't want to say nothing nice about Umar, but you get to the point where you almost sound like you're defending the nigga. Because it's like, and I said this on one of the first, I think the first live I came on with you a few weeks ago, when I said, my thing about this Lene chick is, you giving her the microphone and say, do your thing, spit your shit. But you want to hold Umar. You're going to tell Umar, you're more than welcome to come on. You tell what? Umar's dad, Tiff the Griff. You say I'll let them on here, but I'm pissed because of the shit that they said, the threats that they made, this, that, and third. So I'm gonna be a true journalist, and I'm gonna hold them in the line, keep them in the lane, and be like, look, this is the question. Don't deviate, don't filibuster. Answer the question. No. Don't talk about this, that, and third. Answer the question. My thing is how you got a list of questions for this Lene chick, and then you just let her run off, and then you softball the whole fucking interview, but you're supposed to be a man of integrity. That shit just baffles me. That shit does it really, I mean, when you see what he after as far as Lennon, that now he about the numbers and get paid, because if Umar go away, his channel is a wrap. So he going for all the gusto because he kind of feel like Umar might be going bye-bye. And whatever reason, or whatever way that means, jail, go to Africa and lose his following, whatever the case may be, and let her know he can't reinvent himself because he got no other direction. What are you gonna do? Start going after Tariq? Start going after somebody else this late in the game and build a following, going after them when all that other material was out there about these other individuals and he never touched it? Nah. All right, go ahead and play. I'm gonna shut up.
All the bones of the body. Yes, because they will. Understand, black children develop faster than every other child. So when the white people say they should be able to do this about 3, multiply that times 2 for a black kid. Our kids grow. This is even in the white people's books. Our kids develop faster than all other kids, including the Chinese, who we think are so smart. You see that? And when they desegregated the schools, they did not bring black teachers with black students. The biggest layoff in public education is between 1954 and 1974 of black teachers. They brought our children into the schools. They fired the teachers. And so when our black children were bused into white schools, having to deal with not only bigoted white students, but bigoted white teachers, there was no black teachers in there to protect them.
From 2010 to 2014, he had a lot of lectures that went viral. That also added to a lot of his notoriety, his fame, and most importantly, adding to the size of his platform. His passion-filled lectures would circulate online and gain him quite a bit of a following. Notably, there's a lecture often cited as post-traumatic syndrome disorder part 4. And this basically talked about the miseducation of Black people. This obviously went viral and it really showcased who he was as a speaker, his ideologies, so on and so forth. It was very interesting. I've actually watched this one before. So he mainly talked about Black empowerment, the structure of public schools and how they're not suited for Black kids, how a lot of Black kids don't necessarily get the attention that they need. And mind you, as a Black educator, right? I teach dance, I've taught English briefly. So it's like, I get the whole, a lot of these schools are not suited for Black kids, and Black kids do deserve to thrive in their own environments, just like Black people in general in any other space. But it comes to a point where it's like, now that I look at all of this and I'm sitting here and I'm filming the video after looking at my notes, it's like this man was gearing up for this sham of a school. By late 2021, he had amassed over 700,000 followers on Instagram from everything that I previously mentioned and more. There's been little controversies here and there, specifically due to, again, his ideologies. But at this point, he had amassed such a core following that it didn't really matter who didn't really agree with his opinions. At this point, he had become a public figure and he had authority. Alongside his followers on Facebook and Twitter, he became a very prolific live streamer and he posted a lot, branding himself as a no-holds-barred voice for Pan-Africanism. This online popularity greatly amplified his influence and allowed him to solicit donations and promote projects like his school to a broader audience. Now, of course, this is where the nonsense of the school comes in. Now, as you guys start to gauge the history and the timeline, you're going to start to see that, honestly, this entire thing was planned from the jump, right? So, of course, from Tariq Nasheed's documentary to now we have a lot of his lectures going viral and he's talking about Black boys and Black children and how the school system is not made for them, etc. You start really starting to see this theme, right? He kind of aligns himself as an advocate for education and, Black this, Black that, Black everything. We need to know where we come from, Africanism this, Africanism that. Therefore, to be honest with you, this was the perfect scheme. So just to let you guys know before we move forward, because it goes into the rest of this video and more than likely future videos that we're going to make. So he has a strong anti-establishment rhetoric. He is practically a socialist and his professional credentials are heavily questioned and probably something that a lot of people touch on a regular basis. Like I said, that'd be a whole nother video for another time, but I'm going to link resources down below if that's something that you would like to look into. So of course, now we have FDMG Academy. I got to sit straight for this. This shit right here, FDM.
What it do, man?
What up, man? What up?
How you feeling knowing your ancestors was losers, G?
Shit, my ancestors wasn't losers and shit. Now, them motherfuckers for the last 400 years now, they were losers. But my real ancestors and shit, they gave the world everything. So
No, sir. America owes you and your family, sir. They owe you.
we can't say what they owe until we get our history straight. They owe us something, but who do they owe?
I don't know. I don't know. That is a great question.
Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Forgive me if sometimes I say FDMJ. For some reason, it just rolls off the tongue a little bit better, but it is FDMG. And this is an idea that was pitched by Dr. Umar since literally 2014. We are now in 2025. FDMG was supposed to be a all-Black boys boarding school initially in the early phases of the idea. He started a GoFundMe and he started collecting funds for this school, but unfortunately it is now 2025 and there is no school. Now there's a lot of confusion with this school, the timelines, the dates, and what exactly happened specifically because there's a lot that has happened. Initially, as I said, this was supposed to be an all-Black boys boarding school. And this is because the original...
Okay, Andre, did you see that video Saint and Sinner posted recently? He was interviewing some lady named Sister Truth or whatever the fuck, and she
Sister
was sitting
Freedom.
there talking about, yeah, she did. I said, how you know so much but don't know shit? Like the public records are up there where the man bought the school. She's saying he paid he still got a mortgage on the school.
Mortgage on
this
it.
lady is clueless. I said, I'm glad dude had enough wherewithal to go on there and see, and it's 4 buildings too. She said it's 3, but it's 4 buildings. I'm like, how do you in the community and you don't know this? You can't count. And
well,
then,
this is where she get tripped up on that 3-4 shit. Because see, if you listen to Lennon, he's gonna categorize it as 3 buildings because they connect. One of the buildings, the gym is connected to the building. On the other side, you got like the high school side, the side that was vandalized and that's boarded up, is 2 separate buildings. You got one building, and then the gym is not connected. On the other side is one continue like the elementary school. So I guess the kids don't have to go out in the rain and stuff like that. They got it connected somehow or another. So then they play with the it's 3 buildings instead of 4, and that's how they try to minimize it. That's where the nonsense come in.
Man, I'm just like, how the hell you didn't know? How you figured that he had a mortgage on it? That if you in the community, and where did you get? But it'd be crazy to shit. But I heard her. I ain't got nothing bad to say about her. That was the most that I had to say. Was like, how did you not? You didn't know to go to a public site to see if he paid for the buildings? He owns them. He bought them.
Yeah, there ain't no dispute about whether he bought them. It's just kind of confusing as to how much he paid, because he say one thing, but then you look at the deeds, and the deeds say $10 for both of them, and you like, wait a minute now, like wait a minute, why? Wait the figures at? Like wait, what figure is accurate? Did he pay 400,000 or what? So that's the only distortion with it.
Idea was for him to buy a school that had just recently shut down. His plans were to buy St. Paul's College in Lawrenceville, Virginia. It was historically a Black college, and he wanted to buy it to make this boarding school. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe some of you guys can add down below.
He didn't raise they wanted $5 million, and he didn't collect nowhere near that. That's what happened. And they gave him a deadline to have the money so they could sell it to somebody else. But yeah, that's what happened. He couldn't come up with the $5 million.
But the deal fell through. But later on in 2018, he went on to buy the now closed Moyer Academy in Wilmington, Delaware, and decided to open a regular all-Black boys school. Now, what's crazy about this entire situation is, like I said, this whole ordeal started in 2014. He fundraised a lot of money for this. At the time, the fundraiser thing is already a problem, because it's like there's so many different amounts out there. Totally, it is believed he's raised anywhere from $400,000 to $700,000.
Now, Saint and Sinner, he said he estimate $5 million. I don't know where he got that from, but he said I estimate he got $5 million donated to him. None of us. The only person that actually knows how much money they got was Umar, because he can actually look in his devices and all the deposits he's made to give us an accurate account. But he's not gonna give us that.
Nope. Like
if you more questions.
If you listen to JT say he thinks it's 3. You listen to Lennon says anywhere from 2 to 2.5. One of JT homeboys said he think it's 4. But JT went through the text stuff and came up with his approximation. But now they saying, you don't know how many checks, money orders, how much cash Umar got, in those envelopes when he was on there saying donations. So he go there and tell people whether he telling the truth or he lying. He'll go there and say, I got 20 pieces of donation mail today. So he getting cash, money order, checks. Then when he go to these speaking engagements, people giving him his so-called speaking fee, but they also giving him cash in hands, like this is for FDMG. So it's so much loose money out there, it's really hard to get an actual figure on all the money that he collected or was given.
He don't want to know.
And he don't. I don't even think he know.
What you say, man?
We're not gonna get there no time soon, because I'm suspected, since I think he was fucking a lot of these Black women. All right.
Oh, definitely. You correct on that assumption.
And since a lot of these chicks like going to school. Now, if you got all this money coming in to keep your things moving around you and stuff, how many of these women is he putting through school? Or those stories haven't came out yet?
0. He ain't putting every woman through school, and he ain't educating not one kid. He just living his life.
He strikes me as the stingy type. He ain't giving no money out.
Dude, if he trying to do lunch, hey, my man, excuse me, what's your name?
I'm Mad.
All right, Mad. Oh God. Okay, Mad. This gonna answer your question. He wanted to do lunch with the doctor. He wanted women to pay $500 for the privilege of going out to lunch with him. And his thing was, you pay me $500, and I'm gonna pay for lunch. So if you giving him 500, who really paying for lunch?
Yeah, I said it earlier, but I hate to sound like I'm defending this nigga, but y'all remember it's always been a thing where they would auction off men and women for dates. They used to have it on TV shows too, where it'd be like celebrity auction. So that's no different than that. But he act like he taking the money to do it for the school when really he not. Ain't none of that
No, he
money
doing
going
it for
towards the
himself.
school.
Do he have any deeds to these buildings?
Yes. He owns
Yes.
the school. That's why they about to take them motherfuckers.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, you could go online. You could go online and see they're actually deeded to him and FDMG. So yeah, he has them, outright. Unless he
Now,
done some BS, but but other than that, initially when he bought them and all the information online is they're deeded to him.
and how come folks did not pick up on it that he did not use Hidden Colors for a platform for these schools?
Well, he was supposed to use it. He was supposed to use it as that. That's why he was in the movie to it helped Tyreek because people wanted to hear him. Umar was trending at the same time. But as I was telling the stupid nigga in the chat earlier, come up here and promote what the fuck you got going on instead of just typing in the chat. So it was a twofold. It helped.
That guy was fun.
But yeah, to piggyback off of what you said, Trey. Yeah, Umar saw an opportunity to get on Hidden Colors. I think he was on what, 2 of them, and it worked for him. It got Tariq exposure and it got Umar exposure. But the problem was, even though Umar had said in the interviews that he had thought about a school many years before doing Hidden Colors, Umar had formalized a plan. Still, I don't think he got the whole plan organized and written down or typed up anywhere. So he was just he freestyling. He just freestyling. So when he did Hidden Colors, he wasn't looking at the big picture. He may have mentioned or may have said that he wanted a school, but it was no plan. So just like now, how things are so junked up and disorganized, and he don't know 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 5 step. He had no steps. So when he did Hidden Colors, it was all about get my name out there and being putting the conscious community in a chokehold and all that nonsense. It was never to say, look, we're gonna use Hidden Colors. We're gonna move, take that, build on donations, and systematically put together a team to work towards building a school. That's why when he went to Europe, he started beefing with Tariq because he was like, look, I'm on Hidden Colors. What I want you to do is give me some copies at a discounted rate so I can go over here and sell those copies of Hidden Colors. And Tariq was like, nah, if they want to order, they coming through me. Or if you gonna get them, you paying the actual price for it. And Umar was like, I made you blow up. I made Hidden Colors what it is. And that's what blew the whole situation between the two of them up.
It was a collection of people that made Hidden Colors what it was, not just that nigga. Umar had no idea he was gonna blow up like that. I ain't never seen none of them motherfuckers. I've not seen none of the 7 Hidden Colors.
I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't seen that. I ain't seen none of Tariq shit either.
It's called them shits.
The only thing I've seen is the couple clips that people show.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be thinking the way I was thinking, like I'm thinking right now, even though I had some of the knowledge before, but they took it to another level with the information that they dropped up there. You had to overlook the person and take the information that they give it sometimes.
Hold on, I gotta go back to a different screen to hold on. Shit.
$1,000. There's rumors that there's more. There's rumors that there's less. Nonetheless, anywhere in the $100,000 range is enough to open the school, especially when you're not building the school from scratch. I will say, in the beginning, when I first heard about this, I thought he was building a school from scratch. At that point, I was like, okay, that might take some time. But at that
$100,000
point,
is
when I
not
had caught
enough.
wind of it, it
That
was like maybe
school
6 years
need-
later, and I'm like, this don't make no sense. It don't take that long to build a school from scratch. We see people build things all day, every day. Okay, these love.
$100,000. Again, I'm not defending this nigga, but the HVAC systems, if he had running HVAC on all those systems, that would eclipse more than $100,000. I don't know. Nah, you wrong on that one, sister. That's how much the AC systems alone, just if he had to get AC in all 3 or 4 buildings, would cost him much money.
Buildings popping up more than whack-a-mole. Therefore, there's no reason it should take that long to build a school. It wasn't until I found out that he actually bought a school that I was like, oh, this is absolutely nuts. Like, there is no way that he really bought a school and this shit still is not open. So initially he had asked for $5 million. Yes, y'all. He asked for $5 million to buy and renovate St. Paul's. He began soliciting these donations from his supporters literally all over the world. So he used GoFundMe, PayPal, I believe Cash App. Like, there was a lot. Okay. He even accepted money orders, bro. Like, this was a lot. Unfortunately, he did only get a fraction of that target, but still, he received hundreds and thousands of dollars of donations. Later on, he would go on to say that PayPal and all these other places were basically like sabotaging him and they didn't want to see a black man succeed. And that's why the school's not open. And then every year consecutively, there was a new excuse as to why the school wasn't open, what he's going to do, why we need to donate. If you didn't donate, he's not talking to you, blah, 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 blah.
For black excellence! You know, you've been getting a lot of slack about your school. People saying, what's going on with the school? I love the good and the bad. Let them hate that. So hate is the oxygen I use to elevate. Hate me if you want. Tell them, when we talked about the school, first give them an update of where you are with the school. Then yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, first of all, 2014, I took my first donation for FDMG in St. Louis, Missouri. 2019, we purchased a 4-building former black charter school campus in Wilmington, Delaware. That's where we are. This is 2025. So 5 years to buy the school, 6 years to renovate the school. Right now, all renovations are done except we got to tile the floor and rekey the classrooms. Cosmetic surgery. Once we tile the floor and rekey the classrooms, which will be done by the end of this summer, we're going to apply for our certificate of occupancy. And once we get our certificate of occupancy, we're going to have a grand opening celebration.
Why does he need locking doors on a school? Why he need to lock the door? Why do they need rekeying? You would think you just need some turnable doorknobs. I ain't never seen no classrooms that lock up with an actual key.
You think he leaned
Well,
on
I have.
Joe Clark?
I have.
What is that necessary? He don't need to rekey shit.
No. You got to understand. Hey, the door, so a lot of the doors don't have doorknobs at all. If you go back and look at some of the videos where he walked through the buildings, the doors have no doorknob. The classroom doors have, if they ain't off the hinges, it was like people that went in there just kicked the damn doors down. Or they took something like a pipe wrench or a hammer and just broke the handles.
The
So
doorknob must have been copper.
They was something.
Hey, the fire chief will never catch you with the chains on the door.
Hey, Mayday, code red. code red, get the chains off the door.
They locking kids in classrooms and shit. What the fuck is going on?
Trey, did you do a review of the movie yet?
I didn't review it. I just played it. The one Marianne Loring, I just played.
All right, you did play it. I thought you played it. Okay, I thought I remember you playing it. I wasn't sure.
I do need to I said I ain't got around to playing her video where she explains how they even linked up and how he tried to get
the full disclosure video?
Yeah, I gotta I've been meaning to get to that, but I ain't got to it yet.
Man, that was
she agitated me on that video, but when she started talking
get
about
on
how
the
he
lounge
was
the other day. It was this chick from I know she been popping up in everybody's shit, the one with the drawn on eyebrows. She did a video yesterday saying Umar gets exposed for trying to sleep with young woman on movie set. And I said, ma'am, I said, are you trying to, I said, wasn't this woman an adult? Because your title makes it seem like she was underage, and that's fucked up if she's an adult. So then she changed it and just said that he got caught trying to be in a freak off at the in the movie. But I'm like, y'all niggas is doing too much. If the woman is an adult, there's no need to say she's a young woman trying to indicate like she underage. Y'all just doing too goddamn much.
Well, what they're trying to draw is this whole premise that if he 40 something, well, he 51 now, that he should be disgusted to sleep with a woman that's his daughter's age or younger.
Man,
so they're trying to say, man, do better.
Andre, I got a 22-year-old son, and I will fuck a 22-year-old gal. I don't know what these people are talking about. I fuck a 19-year-old gal. She legal. What the fuck is wrong with these people? They ain't telling these white people they should be disgusted. They see old white men with young black bitches and young white bitches all the time. They don't say nothing.
Game ain't fair, man. The game ain't fair.
Y'all is doing the most.
And all y'all better be there. But if you hated on me, keep your ass in please. To the haters, instigators, and defamers, that's all we gonna say. That's all we ain't got no more words. We ain't got no more words, brothers and sisters. I'm at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. The accounts are still frozen. We're looking into it. The accounts are still frozen, brothers and sisters. We're supposed to hear back Friday. We're supposed to hear back Friday. That sounds like Monday to me. The bank is giving us the runaround. We ain't got our check back. So we're about to operate attorneys.
Friday sound like
Attorneys
Monday
is about
to
to
me.
get involved because we were told that when your account gets canceled, you're supposed to get your refund check for the amount that was in the account. We have not received that yet. So there's some funny business going on right now, brothers and sisters. There's some funny business going on right now, brothers and sisters. They messing with our bills. They messing with our automatic payments. They messing up a lot of stuff with this frozen account. They froze me and they froze the school. The school ain't open yet. You was 12 years old. No problem. Little ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja. He said the school still ain't open. He was 12 years old. I see you, little crusty ninja. Why don't you shave that crust stash off the top of your lip too, little ninja?
Well, a couple things. I want to deal with your assumption that I might need some help.
Okay.
Most of my friends are educators. Most of my elders are educators and psychologists. That is my field. So it's kind of interesting when someone who's an expert in something, and I'm not speaking to you, I'm speaking to the detractors who say I can help him with that. This is
No,
not
I think they're talking about the real estate part of it. Not you're an educator, but not a real estate guy. You
but
see
we
what I'm
already
saying?
have the real estate, so that's not even an issue. No more.
Right, but did we choose the right real estate? Did we
I
take the
certainly
money
chose
and
the
do
right real
and do
estate,
the
brother.
best
I just told
fiduciary
you- I
thing
just
with the
told you,
money?
brother. I just told you that the schools that we got was a $13 million project 9 years ago in excellent shape. We got a steal for that campus. It was a steal. It was the best thing I could have possibly got. I have no regrets.
Okay.
See, that's when we start feeding into the lies.
Bunch of nonsense. So let's get back into the school now, shall we?
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Umar Johnson. I am a certified school psychologist and doctor of clinical psychology. 4 long years ago, we began a fundraising campaign to build America's first independent African-centered school based off the principles of Pan-Africanism and international economics.
So, of course, getting the building was only the first step. The Moyer Academy structures were rough, okay? They needed extensive repairs. They needed to be code compliant. They had to get the HVAC together because it literally, the building was practically falling apart and still is practically falling apart. So you guys are like, Ivana, how do you know that the buildings are falling apart? Because I went, because I pulled up, because I was curious, and I happened to only be 30 minutes away. So if you guys have been watching me for a while, you would know I moved to South Jersey, December 2023. In a random conversation, I was speaking to locals and stuff like that. We some way, somehow ended up talking about Dr. Umar. And one of my friends that at the time was like, oh my God, like he's so great. I can't wait for him to build his school so that my sons can go. And we all kind of looked at her like, girl, you delusional because that school is never going to open. And she was literally having a back and forth with us. And it wasn't until the local was like, yo, like that school is never going to get built. Like literally we only 30 minutes from it. Like you want to go see it? Like it's right there. Like we could go there right now. Mind you, at this point, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, bro. I just finished moving my stuff in. We're having this conversation. And he's like, nah, like I'll bring you there right now. Like, let's go. And we're like, all right, fuck it. Mind you, took a whole vlog. We was cutting up. We was having hella fun. And I lost the vlog footage because I dropped my hard drive. And I went and I, tried to quote one of those like computer places so I could be like, oh, like this is the school. This is what it looks like and show y'all the footage in this video. Unfortunately, they were talking about it could cost anywhere from $300 to $900 to receive that footage. So I said, I'm just going to take the hike back down there myself. So let me just show you what I have when I went December 2023. I'm currently filming this video on August 20th. You guys are more than likely going to see this on the 22nd or sometime later. I went yesterday, which was August 19th. And this is what the school looks like.
Hey gang, today is the day. So let's get it. So shout out to the Instagram fam because y'all voted and y'all
Was
told me
there a
y'all
picture on the wall of him?
this school. Luckily, I still do have photos. And if in 2023
I
there was
don't
no
know.
progress,
Probably
I'm very
not.
sure that
She
right
don't
now
like
we're gonna
him.
drive there and there's still going to be no progress. So comment down below. What do you think? Will it look the same? Will it look better? Will it look worse? I can literally probably put my annual makings on it. That shit about to look exactly the same. But let's see. So I don't need nobody to say that I don't do nothing for y'all and I don't care about y'all and I don't love y'all, because this is like an $18 toll in a 2-hour drive. I just had to refill my Easy Pass. Like, God damn it, man. Had to stop for a rest stop. And we are back years later. And it still looks exactly the same as I predicted it. This is fucking hilarious because I don't understand. I thought it was gonna, oh wait, I don't think that door was painted. Look at that colorful ass door. I don't think that was painted, but it looks exactly the same. Wait, nope, they put a gate up. I don't think that gate was there because me and my friend last time, we walked back there. There's windows now. They're no longer boarded up. Okay. Mind you, this is also part of the school. So this building was purchased for his sham of a school, but as you guys can see, there hasn't been a damn thing done. Really? Like, except for windows.
And yellow paint everywhere.
But these shits are still boarded up.
That's an ugly ass school color too, yellow.
Man, that ain't even public school yellow either.
I find very crazy about all of this is how there's like, this is a very residential area.
That's like
okay?
eggshell.
This is an
yellow.
area where like people actually live. It is literally directly behind the Boys and Girls Club. Look at this. It looked like they redid the roads too. I don't remember the road being this smooth, but last time I came here it was nighttime. So
he didn't have nothing to do with the repaving. Yeah, he didn't have nothing to do with it.
So you mean to tell me with all those nice houses, you couldn't have no block parties to help get this school going and stuff? I mean,
he had 2 of them.
Yeah, he had block parties, but unfortunately, it was just niggas that supported him. It wasn't the neighborhood.
Yeah, he don't reach out to the community. Like he don't go to community functions. He don't go to city council meetings. He does nothing with the community.
Man,
all he does is stop people.
He the least he could have done was went to the Boys and Girls Club and held speaking engagements for the children there.
Yeah, the only thing he did was he had one dude that was part of the Boys and Girls Club, but because of the stuff that he was doing with Umar, I think they fired him. A guy named Brother Ron, and then he heard the drum corps, the kids' drum corps that they had, and he went over there and talked to them. But I think that's all the engagement that he had with the Boys and Girls Club. Them kids, the drum corps, and then that dude from the Boys and Girls Club that was dealing with him. But other than that, his only engagement with the city is when people come walking by, he stops them and talks to them, and he stops the kids and talks to them every now and then, or question them on who their greatest black hero is and stuff like that. But nah, he don't. His 2 block parties he threw, I think it was 2020 or 2021 or 2022.
That's way too late.
He got a barbecue scheduled for September 10th, the day school was supposed to open.
And none of those things matter. He should have been having that 10 years ago.
True,
if he was serious.
I feel you. I definitely feel you.
I mean, look at the houses right behind her and shit. We from the hood, man. We know what kind of area that is. That's middle class. You know what I'm saying?
It's low income.
It don't seem that way.
Well, the houses do look good, but he says it's a middle. He says it's a low class neighborhood because that's what he said when y'all put the notices on the door in a low income
neighborhood.
That's what he describes it as. But that house there don't look bad at all.
The block did when she came up the street.
Nah, he don't walk the block. Like, if you got a neighborhood like that, even if it's a black neighborhood, period, I don't care, affluent, poor, projects, you gonna try to get community buy-in. So if you gonna go live, instead of standing out in the street yelling like a raving lunatic, you gonna spin the block. You might not want to show the people faces, you might not want to show, the houses, but you're gonna walk around the neighborhood so that they can see you on their street, by their house, so they can be like, hey man, and try to engage with you, instead of you standing in front of your buildings yelling, hit the PayPal, F my haters, and all this other nonsense. So no, he just said the first time he said something to somebody was that lady. I think that he stopped, that was talking about the buses, or she got vans, No, she drives. And he was like, that's your business, but take my information now because we're gonna need somebody to drive back and forth. And I
he
think
said
that was
that
the
could be
lady
a hustle.
yeah, he said that'll
called
be
it
your
a
hustle. And I think that was the lady that he said, well, hey, let me know when the next city council meeting is because I need to be there. Negro, you've been in that city since 2019. You done went to the Chamber of Commerce. Even if you claim you want to be off the grid and don't want to be part of their whole city, you play the role. You go to the Chamber of Commerce, you shake hands, you meet some people, you go to the Chamber of Commerce meetings, you go to the city council meetings, and you be there to see what's going on, and then you going about your damn business. 6 years after the fact, and you talk about let me know when the city council meeting is, but you got a so-called wannabe business and you own property in that city.
My nigga could have did like the Hebrew Israelites and stood on the corner with a speaker talking and got people to come out their houses in support.
But that's one thing that lady did say, Sister Freedom. She was like, nobody supports him because he did nothing to ingratiate himself to the community. So the community ain't got no love for him and ain't gonna support him. I mean, hey, you in my city, but you don't want to, come and embrace my city and the people in the neighborhood. Nah.
This is nuts. It's the audacity to have influential people on this wall and you're scamming people. To have founding fathers and then put yourself in this shit and you're an entire scammer. Oh, the audacity of this is just ridiculous. Like, he really, look at this. Black children matter. Do they? Do they? Do they? It's the fact that people just be casually walking past and driving past this, living behind in front of this school, not understanding that this is literally part of one of the biggest scams in Black history, especially American Black history. All these years you collected money and this is what you got. Niggas got some explaining to do. I don't want to hear nothing about no contractors, nothing about no racism, nothing about nothing, because you should have something. At least there should be windows on this building. Okay, the windows are boarded up, my friends. The windows are boarded up, my friends.
I thought you just said the windows were unboarded.
Okay.
So that's
She's talking about the ones on the ones on the small school are unboarded up. The ones on the big school are still boarded up.
And that's the thing now too. He still got other buildings to renovate. He still got other buildings to renovate.
So hold on, talking about that's him on the wall, right?
Yep, with Marcus,
yeah, that's him in the middle.
And a whole bunch of other Frederick Douglass and the other two niggas I don't know.
Who he paid to paint that motherfucker?
The word is he ain't paid the lady or the individual. That's the word. That's one of the words going out there that he was supposed to pay but didn't pay.
Man, she need to come back.
That's who.
Come back
that's
and take
Frederick
him out of the
Douglass.
picture.
That's Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, what is his name? Salette Overture, and
Jean-Jacques Dessalines.
Jean-Jacques Dessalines. Yeah, that's who that is.
Okay.
Yep.
But at one time
they need to take him out.
At one point, he had his supporters up there painting the school, the outside of the school. Now I don't know if they did that because that's personalized, but
no, they didn't do that. If you go like if you was to get if you look by old boy with the Marcus Garvey with the sword, right there is the person's name. So he got somebody. He actually supposedly had contracted somebody to do the mural, and they actually signed it. So no, that was something that was totally different. Now them doggone, now the painting, which was jinky as hell, because he had a bunch of older women out there painting, and then when he actually got into he actually had a storage room that he didn't even know about. And when he went and got the so-called floor plans or got somebody to look over the plans and scale over the building, they found a room that they had to kind of get access to. When they broke in the room, they found a bunch of supplies and a bunch of paint that the Moyer Academy left in there. And the dude clearly states, he was like, no, Umar was like, oh, that's paint. Those are buckets of paint. And the guy said, oh man, look, that stuff been sitting here at least since such and such and such. That stuff ain't no good. And Umar says, so we can't use that? He was like, nah, man, that stuff ain't no good. Okay, don't you know Umar used that same old outdated paint?
Yep.
Oh man.
Yep.
Oh,
yep. On that building. So that yellow paint, like if you go back and look at the buildings, you gonna see where maybe like 4-6 feet from the top, that's where the paint stopped, because they had those extended arms handles so they could use the rollers. But some of the women wasn't tall enough, even with the extended handles, to reach the top. So there's like 4 to 6 feet.
Nobody uses that old Flintstone
Niggas
stuff.
Niggas use sprayers now.
I understand that, but y'all know this. Even inside, they was hand painting, they was rolling. They do. I'm telling you.
Yeah, for commercial painting, nigga, you got to use some sprayers. You'll be there 2 years trying to paint all that shit, which is why
And that's why they done had three
to get painted.
That's why they done had 3-4 paint days. But yeah, he had them jokers out there with rollers and extended arms, and then they couldn't even go to the doggone roof.
They didn't even sand the building down. They ain't spray sand or something or nothing. It's just right on top of the roof.
Nope, he just went in,
nicotine,
opened up.
weed, and Hennessy. Goddamn it, you smell all up on the damn building.
Hey, he went to Home Depot, got some rollers and some pans, and came back there. And the next day, them jokers showed up, and on Saturday and Sunday they was out there rolling. And then it was cold. It was a winter day.
You did have to add the rolling pants, man. Come on, man.
No, for real, dude. Yeah, I'm just speaking the truth, bro. Video don't lie. The eye in the sky don't lie.
This is for the outside. Right? This is for the outside of the building.
Well, he rolled the inside too. They paintbrush and roll the inside when they painted, but outside it had to be. It had to be wintertime. It was cold. Folks was out there. It was like 45, 50 degrees outside. And them ladies was out there rolling paint up and down the wall.
While it's cold outside.
Why it was cold outside?
And Umar, here's the kicker. Umar didn't have one paintbrush in his hand.
Nope.
He didn't have an industrial heater in that building either to get the paint right. I wouldn't want to go in there either right now.
Bruh, you talking too much common sense. As the folks say, you what you saying sound too much like right.
I mean, that's crazy. That was a waste of time.
Everybody know that. He know that. The only time I seen Umar with a brush in his hand was, I think it was not this past Mother's Day, but I think it was last Mother's Day. He called himself trying to do a paint day on Mother's Day weekend, and nobody showed up. So he decided to get get a paintbrush and get a roller, and that joker was painting upside down. He was painting up and down. He was doing north, south, east, west, northeast, southwest. He was just painting all kinds of ways.
Man, one man and a spray gun can do that school in a week.
Yeah, but you want me to tell you what the problem with that is? One man with a spray gun gonna charge money.
Mm-hmm. That's why
a bunch of women with jiggy paint is doing it for free.
His worker was right out there in the community to do it for less, who knew how to do the job.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna do it for less than free. That's what he looking at.
Oh no, you ain't gonna do it for free.
See, that's his thing. His thing is, look, especially when it comes to black people, his whole sell point is, I'll buy the supplies I need for y'all to come, commit the time and volunteer the time. But when it comes to the white contractors, you ain't never heard him say, hey, I want some white contractors to come in and do the work for free, because he know they ain't gonna do it. But he want the black folks to do it for free.
This was deportation too, so it ain't no excuse for none of this stuff. That might have went over folks' head.
You talking too deep, bro.
But he had one Mexican named Jose.
Brother Jose, Brother Jose did stuff to, I guess he had to pay Brother Jose, and he put Brother Jose in the Book of Negroes like everybody else.
They ain't paint that part.
That's the big school. He ain't touched the big school at all.
Just freaking ridiculous. So don't let this shit fool you and be like, oh, well, at least he painted the building, blah, blah, blah. The building came like this. Okay, he repainted some things, but originally that is the color scheme. Unfortunately, because we have cameras and stuff like that, it's making this shit look better than what it looked like, but it's dingy. I promise y'all, it's dingy. Like it's dingy. It's dingy. It's not giving what it's supposed to give at all. For all that money, like this is some shit I could pull together. Okay, this is some shit that I would do. Okay, like don't play. Don't ever say I don't love y'all. Look at this shit. I have a privacy screen protector, so it's harder to see. But bro, 2.5 hours for me to take my ass home. Don't ever say I don't do nothing for y'all. Like this shit, wow. And I'm hungry, so I'm gonna stop by.
It technically was for them, but it also was for you too, because you got the content out of it. But that wasn't for the people. That was for you to get the content.
I get some food and then yeah, let's get back to the rest of the video. Oh, a lot of you guys are probably like, well, what does it look like on the inside? We really want to see. So I had to go find this footage. This was from 2023. I'm sure it probably looks about the same, because the thing that I don't understand is he keeps sitting here every year. It's, oh, the school's going to open, the school's going to open, the school's going to open. And this is what it was looking like another time when he said the school was going to open. So take a look.
If you ain't never built an institution in your life without no white money, please keep your mouth shut. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatunde, coming to you live and direct inside the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy. I build institutions. I don't just sit on YouTube.
Oh, she must not have saw the video where he was asking, what color do y'all want the trim? What color do y'all want the floor tiles? She must not have seen that video. With all that, this nigga got blue rooms, green rooms, red rooms, all these lighted, bright, light, loud ass colors.
Dude, this man right here, he says that he's a psychologist, and he said that ADHD don't exist. But with all these colors he gonna have in these rooms, and he want to have a green room with a green flow, a yellow room with a yellow flow, a blue room with a blue flow. Do he know how much psychological trauma he gonna do to kids if they ever open that damn school up?
Well, the green room, I agree with the green room, man, because they could probably do production in there, as far as that's like a huge green screen. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that, but he talk about it as a classroom. If you sit in there as a classroom and you trying to learn, you got a green room and a green floor, you gonna look like you doggone.
Oh, no, that's like a workshop or a studio room or something. You know?
Like you gonna, I mean, you gonna be glowing. This is just crazy. Like the colors he got in that gym is outrageous. That makes no sense. But yeah, but that, like I said, she ain't pull up the 2025 when he just did with the flow tiles and all of that craziness.
Running my mouth. I build institutions. I don't just sit on YouTube running my mouth. The Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, $FDM. Hit the PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit the Cash App. What color we gonna paint the rooms, y'all? What color we gonna paint the rooms? Who coming to decorate the principal's office? Who coming to decorate the principal's office? Oh, yes. Who coming to decorate the principal's office? Who coming to decorate the principal's office?
Why don't you stream from the principal's office instead of looking over your shoulder on the damn corner? But who coming to paint the principal office? He won't paint the principal office himself. Why the fuck can't you paint it? Why do you need somebody to come paint your office, sir? For free?
Because he the prince of panhandling, and therefore he feel like he too good to do stuff. Just like he want queens to come decorate it. He want queens to fix him lunch. He want women to come and paint and decorate and do. He want folks to serve him. So his office, he want to dictate and sit back and watch folks do it.
His whole approach is wrong. He offered us the school with to me with the wrong name for the school. If he was really serious, why not connect with the HBCUs and call the school like a preschool to the HBCUs to help the HBCUs get which code? It's like he took this in another direction as far as Africanism, and it's like, what makes that any different from what the Mexicans and stuff was doing when they was coming into this country? And they sitting here waving their own flags and shit. He's like, to me, it looked like he you in a country that it seemed like you're going against by what you're trying to teach. Not saying that not saying that that's bad. You should know who the hell you are and a lot of things like that. But his whole approach to how he was doing this was all right.
Oh yes, we got a school to finish.
Well,
We got
hold
a
up.
school
Well,
to
first
finish,
of
brothers
all,
and sisters.
I wasn't
you
trying
gotta
to cut him off.
no.
I had just seen something. I know the other day, about 4 or 5 days ago, I pointed out that Umar has monetized his IG. It's been like that, and I see somebody just did a video saying he monetizes his IG live via Q&A FDMG fundraiser. His page has been monetized. Somebody came over the other day and was saying they were from the Cookie Crush chat, and I was like, "What's going on?" Lenny got me blocked, but tell that nigga when he was saying Umar don't make no money off of Witchmaker, like his page is monetized. He charged $10 a month. And at the time when I said that he had like 16 members, so this is not breaking news. I'm sick of this shit. I how the fuck I point this shit out first and then motherfuckers acting like it's new.
Because that's
I'm
how
just gonna
folks
steal
do.
her. I'm just gonna steal her video and re-upload it. Cause hold up. And this she just did this 16 minutes ago. So this must be, let me go to his IG.
So hold on. This
I
is
like
the person.
Danny's World though.
The
No, it's this
person
channel
who.
called Danny's World.
Oh, that's who it is.
Yeah, I like her, so I ain't too upset.
So who? So hold on. Danny's World said that Lennon blocked her, or that
No,
Umar blocked her.
I'm blocked by Leonard. I've been blocked for some years though. Cause you know I started off watching Leonard and I was enjoying it, but then I got like most of the people who was watching him at the beginning was like, "Damn, bro, like this all you gonna talk about? God damn!" Not that he not doing wrong, but nigga, is this all you gonna talk about? It ain't shit else to talk about. He the only nigga out here doing some shit,
But my thing is, like I say with
and they don't
Lennon,
like when you say that.
is he, is the constant same stance that he take, as far as he gonna go on these big tirades, he gonna beat his chest like, I wasn't in the streets, I ain't no gangbanger, but I ain't no punk, and then he shows 2 hours worth of old shit just to get to the real shit. And it's like, you don't take no, like you said, Lennon makes no original content. He does very little commentary, and the commentary he does, everybody else pretty much does. But
Where in the fuck are
majority
they
of his,
getting this information? My bad. No, because I'm reading it
90%.
and he just has one reel on here. So I'm saying, like, where the fuck did she get that video from? Because it's not on his IG page unless he
What
went
video?
live. And then the one that Danny's World just uploaded, where she's saying that he monetized his IG page with an FDMG question and answer.
Ain't no telling. Hey, Danny's World be digging up some old shit, boy. I don't know where I don't know whether she going back to the beginning of his IG or some defunct IG page or something.
Well,
But I'm
he got
saying
a LinkedIn page where he has this web page that has like old Umar lectures and shit on it.
okay, because she dug in the crates and pulled up some speech of his from like 2007, 6, and I was like, good God, like what in the hell? But shit, Trey, you jumped in when you came on and started talking about his monetization a few minutes ago. I was gonna make a point to my man, but I couldn't think of what the hell he was talking about. So now
What
I
you had
lost
just
my
said,
train of
man?
thought. Huh?
I was talking about the name of the school.
Oh, you talking about the HBCUs?
Yeah.
His issue is with the HBCUs is he didn't attend one. Now he goes on campus and does all these speeches to these kids because he know he can rile them up with that black queens forever, and my queen, my sister, my this, my that, my that, and get to the black females and get them all riled up because they the next wave that he hoping to get behind him. So, but he never attended one. He had every opportunity to attend one. He said numerous times, well, I mean, I should have attended HBCU. I should have attended HBCU, but he never attended one. So now when he dealing with the kids and going on campus and speaking, that's one thing. But he trying to get into the administration. A lot of the administrators of the HBCUs don't want nothing to do with him because he's so toxic. So they got enough, the HBCUs, but I know you know this, they got enough damn problems as it is. And now you got that nut up in the doggone White House. If he could, he would defund every HBCU and every federal dollar that they give an HBCU. So now they really walking a thin line.
That's kind of bad if the HBCUs look at him like that, because
they look at him. They look at him as he toxic because he says stuff like when he says stuff like we gonna have to get rid of 10% of the black boys on the corner for good, and he's saying, and he comes out and says we need to take the guns away from the cops and shoot some of the cops to bring on. When he says stuff like that, they counsel like administrations at HBCUs have counseled his appearances because they found out about it.
And that's bad, man, because I mean he's following a line of master teachers that who was allowed to be at certain schools and do certain things. So
he's so toxic to the point where they don't want him. But the kids managed to get him in because, like I said, when you and I don't think things have changed in the last 25 years since I've been in college. But most of the time, if you got a group and your mentor is not monitoring, because see, the group that we had when I was in school, our mentor set it up, but they let us do stuff. So when we did fundraisers and we brought people on to speak and we brought people on, we did, car washes, they gave us free reign to say, hey, do what y'all need to do. Y'all don't need our approval, but if y'all mess up, I'm going to step in and advise y'all. So we was like, okay. So we brought a guy on there, a pro-black brother on campus, and he didn't speak militant, but he spoke some truth. He brought some Africanism, when he spoke. But as long as the administrators don't get involved, they can bring him on the Delaware State campus. They could bring him on the Edward Waters. They could bring him to FAMU, things like that. But it's when it gets publicized and folks start contacting the administrators and they say, oh, this who coming on our campus? Then they shut it down, because I think he was supposed to go to Delaware State one time earlier this year, and they counseled it, and he went, wow, I can't believe they don't bring this, and they ain't gonna bring the most requested, and he went livid on the live.
I mean, why go to the campus, and why not just have the event off campus? You can still notify the withdrawals and do it off campus.
Well, if they do it off campus, then it goes through, like, as far as if they got to get a building and they wanted to be associated with the organization that's bringing him in, now is these checks and balances, because now as long as you part of an SGA organization that's on campus, you get access to their facilities, they speaking rooms, they auditorium, things like that. When you go off campus, now you got to go through clearance through SGA to get allocated the funds and approval to get an off-campus site. So now you dealing with other kind of stuff, and Umar ain't trying to come out of pocket. Umar always like, y'all get the facility, going off site. Now you got to go through people, and you got to let people know.
And out of all these years, we haven't learned nothing from the Klan. Goddammit! Oh, take that shit to the woods. What the fuck? I'm just saying.
I understand what you're saying. I went on and clicked on this video that she shared. There's no way in hell of knowing when this was done. So I had to ask her, because he not actually talking about his page being monetized. What he doing is saying, hey, I'm having a Q&A, and if you want your question to comment read, you got to send in at least $5. He said, but if
he did those before.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm thinking this is some new shit. So like you said, she may just be going into the vault.
No, she knows. She pulling up. She pulling a lot of old shit up. Yeah, she pulling a lot of old shit up. That's what I hate
right now. People are pulling up old shit and making people think that he just did it.
That's like lunch with the doctor. Like people coming up with this lunch with the doctor shit, and he came out with that in 2022.
So that's not new.
No. Hell
Cause
no.
I swear I was like, I be watching this nigga page every day to see if he do some live. And I
Dude,
ain't
even
seen this, so I've been assuming it was old, but the people are talking about it so much so that Nicki Minaj think he just did this shit, and she said something to him on her Twitter or whatever, and he
no.
reposted it.
What's old girl named Millie, the one that married Gilbert Arenas? She did a show
I don't.
Thursday.
That's a fake marriage. That's a fake
She
marriage.
did.
Melly Monaco.
Yeah, she did a show Thursday, and she when they went live, and she was talking about, yeah, he's saying dealing with the doctor. How do you feel about that? And I went on up under her comment. I mean, I was in the chat, and I said, this is old. This is from 2023. And she was like, hold on. She said, Andre said, she said, so is this really from 2023? I'm like, yeah, he did it. Then he tried to pub it off as a game show, and then it got no traction, so it's dead. I'm like, in the next alley, I'm like, look at his hair. I'm like, that's when he had that old funky hair growing up on top, looking like old crazy ass crown. I'm like, he cut his hair well over a year ago. And she was like, I said, look at his recent videos. And she pulled up a couple of his clips from like the last couple of months. And she said, oh yeah, okay, all right. So this is old. And I'm like, yeah. So now, especially Danny is digging in the crates and coming
That's
up
what
with
I
stuff.
hate about YouTube. I mean, not
But
YouTube. That's what I hate about social media. We regurgitating shit like he just did it.
yeah, that but that what you talking about with the $5, yeah, he does that like tap in with the doctor, or you can pay $5, so you can pay $10 for this, that, and the third. He's done that before.
I
You
thought
know,
we
he's
had some
done
breaking news. I'm
he's done
disappointed.
memberships. You know, like if you want to, be part of the whatever, you can get a membership. But nah, he's so toxic to the point where he done said so much over the top stuff, racist stuff, to the point where they done got a permanent ban on him, because they
Yeah,
brought
he
him back
does.
on IG, and it was like he was good, and they banned him, and he came on Facebook and he said something, they banned him. So they done to the point where he didn't exhaust all his shit.
Well, no, he's still on IG because, like I said,
No,
his
I'm talking
IG
about being
page is
monetized.
no.
I'm talking about being monetized.
He's monetized on IG because he has the subscribers only, which is kind of like YouTube's members only. He charging $10.99. He charging $9.99 a month, and he got 13 subscribers.
But I'm saying, but can he get monetized straight up? Like, does he only get memberships? Like, you know how on YouTube you get views, you get paid for.
If they allow you to have a membership, then you getting paid off of however they do their shit. I don't know if they doing ads or however, because I'm not monetized on IG. I'm monetized on Facebook. But if they allow you to have a members section where you can sell memberships, then they're allowing you to. Then you fully monetized.
Okay.
But how it works, I don't know. I don't know if he gets paid by the views, by the engagement, and all of that shit. But the nigga showed where he getting like 67 million clicks and shit to his channel a month. So I'm pretty sure he's monetized because he got a membership. And they trying to give me a free trial for 14 days, but he got one reel over there, which ain't a full live. It's a reel, and that's the exclusive content that he got over there, charging $10 a month. So that's what I thought she was talking about. So that's the news I broke the other day that I don't think nobody paid attention to. Oh, this nigga making money on his own off of social media, off that one. Now, he claimed he ain't got nothing to do with the YouTube page, but it's somebody he know that run that damn King Kong page.
Sharon, the light-skinned chick. That's
somebody
the one
he know run that motherfucker.
That's the one constant. Tiffany, he done screwed her over, so she done stepped to the side, and she doing her own thing on her page. Sister Honora is over in Africa, so she doing her thing over there. But the two constants that kind of stay in the shadows and only come out every now and then is Sister Honora. That's the ones I sent you last week. Sister Honora and Sharon. Sharon does all of his IG posts, especially all of the ones with the graphics and the pictures and the stuff like that. She does all of his IG posts. She does all of his flyers. She does all of his like books and stuff like that. And then she does the word is they think that she's behind that doggone King Kong consciousness page, because she in the cut. She's
Yeah, so
she in
I just went to the King Kong consciousness page. Now it's not monetized because you can't send the super thanks to none of that. But they just posted a video 2 hours ago that says "Date with the Doc." And his hair is really, really weird on here, so I don't know how old.
Is it the one where he got that red T-shirt on?
Nope. Fuck it. We'll go to it. I put it up on the screen. We've done enough with the mademoiselle. Her name is tagged in the title. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and show some support. She did a good job. She did.
Nah, she really did. I listened to the whole thing. I was, you know, I was satisfied. That's one of the, you know, only real like kind of hard hitting, you know, not just trying to do a whole bunch of straddling the line bullshit.
So he's done this date with the doctor more than one time. Is what we seeing here.
Yeah, she'll bring it. He'll bring it back. Like he tried to do it, and he'll wait a few months, then he'll come back out with it. But I hadn't seen him do anything real with it. Like over when he came up with this idea, like over a 6-month period, he kind of did it. Then he let it slip, you know, let it lay, and then he'd come back again. And after about 6 months, he was like, "Okay, it's time to scrap this. Let's let it sit on the doggone back burner for a while." But that's like any other thing. He's going, when push comes to shove, he's going to bring stuff out the closet again. Because when he runs out of ideas, and when one idea started to run down, he'll come. That's like with the shockumentary. He came out with the shockumentary in 2014.
It never dropped.
And then he came back with it in 2026, then 2020, then 2023, and he going around trying to you know, interview people and stuff like that, and want to go to different towns, and took money for that and never released it. So you got 11 years he been hyping that shockumentary up that it was going to shock the world.
I just wanted to come up here right now to clarify that
11 years of scammer, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this was saying I had to ask it, and I keep asking, when was this video shot? Clearly, this is an old video. Look at his hair.
This had to be 2023, maybe early 2024.
And it's not the red shirt video.
Yeah, because that's when his hair, when everybody was going off on his hair, like, dude, what's wrong with the worms in your head? Get rid of it. And he finally cut it about a year ago.
Show. I want all my African queens to listen up.
And they got a kid in play fade.
To listen up.
His haircut was fucked up on this one. Look at his hairline. It's crooked.
Show that's going to be kicking off
really,
really soon. The Date with the Doctor reality show is really a conversation platform.
So the Date with the Doctor was a reality show.
That's what he wanted to be. He wanted to initially. This, like I tell you, he go through phases. He tries to reinvent stuff. So what he did was he came out and he was doing the Date with the Doctor. I think it's the one with the red T-shirt on was the initial one, if I'm not wrong. And that was supposed to be one-on-one. Y'all come and it's one-on-one. Then it morphed into a Date with the Doctor reality show. So now he tried to make it something more attractive instead of, okay, if y'all don't want to do one-on-ones with me, then maybe we'll do it as a reality show. And then y'all can, you know, y'all can compete and this, that, and the third. Then it morphed into the 21 and the 20 versus 1, where he was like, y'all can come on and y'all can pub y'all businesses, and it'll be an opportunity for y'all to get exposure for y'all businesses and for yourselves. So it went from one-on-one to a game show to 20 versus 1. That's how it morphed.
It is a conversation platform where Black women and I will exchange views and opinions on various issues affecting the world, the African race, and Black women in particular. It will be a platform where Black women can expose their brand, their business, and influence the culture of Black women and influence the culture for Black women. This is going to be an uplifting reality show.
You gotta pay the $500.
It's going to be clean and it's going to be classy. I'm calling it a Date with the Doctor.
I don't understand why he hadn't come out here and clarified and said, I did this Date with the Doctor 3 years ago. This ain't recent. He's embracing the shit because he doesn't. Hey, all publicity is good publicity to him.
Everybody giving him oxygen right now. Everybody named Mama.
I would have cleared that up. I'm like,
He
Sister
don't
Nikki,
care.
I'm glad you, but I would engage with Nicki Minaj, Sister Nikki. This ain't new. This is something old, but I appreciate you reposting it. Like, nigga,
He ain't
say
gonna tell her.
something.
Hey, he ain't gonna say that, and the reason why is because he hoping some female gonna reach out to him and say, "I'm willing to pay $500. I didn't know anything about this."
They are.
So
He showed text where motherfuckers said, if I send you $500, can we go to Roof Chris? They like, fuck they just ready. He posting shit
yeah,
like that.
yeah, he want that money. So he ain't gonna he ain't gonna tell him no, it's old. He gonna
Gilbert
take
ain't in
every
trouble.
dollar regardless of what the situation is.
Gilbert gonna get some probation.
Because that is going to be the ambiance. That's going to be the context. That's going to be the background. It's not a real date. Let me say this again. I am not looking for a wife. The ancestors will send them to me when the time is right. Let me say that again. I'm not looking for a wife. And this reality show is not a hunt for a spouse. That is just the platform, because I want sisters to have a clean and sexy situation that they're going to be coming into. Do my Black queens understand me? Do my Black queens understand me? Now, most of the Date with the Doctor conversation dinners will be held in the Philadelphia, Delaware, New Jersey area. I repeat, most of the Date with the Doctor dinner conversations, because
Well, that would be a contradiction of what you said when you had the red shirt on, because you said y'all could go anywhere. They could anywhere they wanted to, any state, any city, wherever.
And now he can find it to the general area,
to where he live at.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it really is. It's not really a date. That's how we're going to make it look, so we have a nice appeal. But it's really a dinner conversation. So you're going to have to come to me, ladies. You're going to have to come to me, ladies.
What the
Most of the
fuck?
time we will
This
be in
nigga's
Delaware.
a scammer.
Sometimes we will be in Philadelphia.
Duh.
Sometimes we will be in Jersey. Once in a while, I will take the Date with the Doctor on the road. We will do a few in California, but it won't be often. We will do a few down in Texas, but it won't be often. We will do a few in Omaha, Milwaukee, Detroit, Chicago, but it won't be often. We'll do a few in St. Louis. We'll do a few in Kansas City. We'll do a few in Louisville, in Memphis, in Nashville.
No, you
but it won't
ain't.
be often. We'll do a few in Ghana, in South Africa.
He
in
coming
Kenya,
to Memphis.
But it won't be often. We'll
He
do a
coming
few
to
in
Memphis.
Jamaica, in Bahamas, in Bermuda, but it won't be often. We'll do a few in
He
Canada,
can't
in
handle
Nova
no Memphis
Scotia,
hoes.
in Montreal. We'll do a few in Sydney, in Melbourne, Australia. We'll do a few of them
Trey,
in
you
London,
gonna
in
host
Luton,
it too. You
Wolverhampton,
gonna
in
find the
Liverpool,
venue and you gonna
Birmingham,
host it.
Manchester, Paris, but it won't.
Yeah, for a fee. I do all that for a fee. I ain't doing shit for free.
You gotta take your shit off the top. You ain't getting it from him. You the one gonna have to do all the advertising and soliciting and all the groundwork. He just stepping in as the star of the show.
I still
Like he
Umar
say,
books. I
hey,
still
like
out Umar books.
hey, like he said that time when he was on that video where he said, "Man, look, I'm gonna be in Memphis tomorrow, and the day after that, shoot, back to back Memphis." Hey, he was depressed to come to Memphis, man. He was pressed to be stuck in Memphis, man. What y'all done did to Umar in Memphis?
He looked weird in that video too. That nigga done had I don't trust no niggas with no facial hair. This nigga mustache and
You
beard was
look weird
gone.
in this picture. Shit, dude
But
look
that's
like
just by
Black
the
Bart.
head.
Why ain't
He
he
got a
promoting
booty
Black Bart?
face. This nigga got a booty face when he ain't got no
Man, that
mustache or
nigga
beard.
got a big head. His head looked astronomically long and big in this one.
Man, he looked like an adult-sized Black Bart. He's a damn
Sideshow
Simpson.
Bob. Sideshow
Damn
Bob.
Simpson, damn it. I would have been pushing that. That's where his money is. Get some t-shirts.
We will take the show on the road, but not often. If you are a sister who is a chef, if you are a sister who is a chef,
He need a chef now?
if you are a brother,
Negro, where have you been
chef,
at?
if you are an elder who is a chef, you must be African.
See again, I
Negro.
don't follow Umar
Negro.
like that.
He
Only when
been
some shit is popping. This back then
Dude.
when this happened, this wouldn't have been popping to me. I wouldn't have gave a fuck.
Dude, he been pushing for a chef since he got them buildings. He gotta have his personal chef. He gotta have a queen bring him lunch, a queen bring him breakfast, queen bring him dinner. He got jokers that he done. Like one lady was married, and he got a video and pictures where he was up in this lady damn house. I think that was his IG. He up in her house or the apartment, and she cooking for him, and he's standing all up behind her, and she married. Is good. I mean, she let it be known, I'm married. Yeah, well, you know, and it's a married queen, and she cooking him salad and chopped salad and other stuff. Yeah, he'll tell you, yo, when the school open, I'm gonna need my queens to bring me breakfast, and I'm gonna need my queens to bring me lunch every day and everything. Yeah, he looking for folks to cook for him. That Negro can't burn in the kitchen. That nigga can't boil water.
So he wasn't even looking for a cafeteria staff.
The thing is, on that small side, there is no kitchen. There is a service area. There's a service area on the other side that has kitchens and stuff like that on the big side with the boards and all that. But no, there's no kitchen area on the other side. And as a matter of fact, when Moya was open, Moya didn't have enough. Well, actually, in actuality, there wasn't a full kitchen. There were warmers. So they would have to get their stuff catered in. So he would have to get stuff catered in because there's not a full operational kitchen to do the cooking, no ovens and stuff like that to do the actual prep.
So what kind of school was this before that? It was no home ec rooms, no science labs. It had
I'm assuming there was science labs, home ec. I'm not sure, but it was like a I'm not sure whether it was a tech academy, but it was a high school, middle school. It might have been elementary too, all combined.
Man, he ain't as black as he say he is, man, because we would have made a way. Man, I would have had a full kitchen up in one of those classrooms.
Shoot, this joker talking about he want to do full raw and 90% raw and vegan menu.
Well, some sinks and everything. Temporary. It's temporary. Just to get this thing open, we can get it going, and then we can worry about building the cafeteria once we get going. You know, that's where he was supposed to think.
He don't think. Look at this idea right here. Look at what he talking about. And look at what I told you he was talking about before. It's like his mind, the way Umar works is he come to you and you say, like if we was to have a discussion, if we bring him on here right now and clean the slate and say, we gonna start from scratch again. His mentality gonna be when we say, yo, we need to open up a school. He gonna be like, okay, we gonna open up a school and we can do this and we can do this. And if we continue to let him talk for 30 minutes, that idea is gonna go through 4 different revisions. And it's gonna be so big. Like, I don't know, Trey, I don't know whether you seen it during the time you was on Lennon, but Umar's original ideal was to buy a 500-acre plot of land, build a compound in the shape of Africa, have a canal running around the whole campus, the whole compound, have a bridge that came across that was just one access point in and out. And on that compound was going to be a whole community, multiple dorms with 4 circular buildings and a square building in between it, 6 or 7 of those. He was going to have an airport, a heliport. He was going to have a hospital. He was going to have a police department, baseball field, football field. That was his idea. That was his original concept back in 2005, 2007. It's actual sketched out and actual. I got pictures of it that I screenshot of what this big compound he wanted. So he wanted to do a cult kind of city, isolationist city of his own. And now he had to scale it down from that to St. Paul, from St. Paul to where it at now. So his mind is humongous on the ideals, but he just don't know how to put together and structurally organize a small plan. Even his block parties, he didn't organize. The females that were close to him, Sharon, Honora, Tiffany, all these other women, they were the ones that organized the block parties because he has no organizational skills. He just don't. because he'll take something from a regular birthday party where you get a building, you get about 100 balloons, and you get some finger foods and some this, that, and the third, and you have a $5,000 budget. Before you know it, he'll want it to be 10, 20,000, and you like, come on, bro, 1,000 is where we at. But he starts to want to blow it up, and make it this big grand festival thing when you dealing with doggone minimum wage money.
Y'all, I forgot college football kicked off at 11. I'm about to wrap this gen up. We back. Football season is upon us. We got the last week of preseason games today and tomorrow. Then the NFL season kick off September 4th. College football is underway. We got football all week, I think. Kansas State. There ain't no good games other than Kansas State and Iowa State right now. But I'll be back tonight. I gotta decide. I guess I'll do Marianne Lawrence video in my real-time reactions. I'll react to that tonight and get that out the way. Gleb, I seen the video you tagged me in too. I'll react to that one of these days this week. Y'all got any last words?
Nah, I'm good.
Chilling.
That damn Umar. All right, y'all. Till the next episode. We out.
Peace.
Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot this bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us a misfit. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the thick bitch. Oh shit, didn't nobody come to see you old, it's some focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coded. Memphis niggas spit this pippin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, with my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Say hi, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Hoppin', cookin', whippin', shippin', till you count the proceeds. OG, I been moving fast niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hatin', but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bunny, don't speak. Pour up, I need some more. A nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach. I'm true geek, walking by myself but left with 2 freaks. Fool me, nothing in they mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah baby, this is groovy. You can call me money boy, or you can call me nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches just some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island cause I like my love for shoes. Yeah, when we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Ron Island cause I love my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. I never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit.